good afternoon, good night. Hello, guys. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good day, regardless of wherever you are today. How you guys doing today? Can you guys hear me well? Can you guys hear me well? Hi, everyone.
I muted everyone so they can hear you.
Okay, I'll
just in the chat. Yes.
Don't worry. Okay. You know what? I would just unmute. Can you give them permission to unmute themselves for just this few minutes for the first introduction? So,
all right, I'll do that now.
All right. So, hi guys. Good morning. Loud and clear. Okay, you can hear me loud and clear. That's good. That's good. So let me first of all welcome every one of you to 10 Analytics. First time, if this is the first time you're joining our masterclass sessions, okay, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are absolutely, I'm actually excited. I'm absolutely excited to
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, thank you. That's fine. Thank you for that. Yeah. So perfectly, okay. We have quite a number of people that are still expected to join us. All right, we have quite a number of people that we are still expecting to join us. So, in the first 5 minutes maximum, ridiculously 5 minutes, we are going to get to know each other. This is the first time we're meeting each other. So let me get to know you guys. Let me know your name. Okay, I can see your name, but maybe more or less like I would like to know where you're tuning in from. So where are you at the moment? Are you in Lagos? Are you in Nigeria? Are you in Canada? Are you in the UK? Are you in the US? Where exactly are you at the moment while you're listening to me? So I just want to know, I would prefer you use the chat section so I can, because we have quite a number of people on the call. So it will be easier for me to just, see it in the chat. So I have someone from Nigeria, Nasarawa State. We have someone from Lagos. Aki from Toronto, my guy. Okay. Fakai from Lagos, from Nigeria, from China. That's beautiful. From Abuja, from the UK, from Lagos, from Canada, Lagos, Nigeria, Lagos, Russia, also from Toronto. Don't worry, Cherry, please use the chat so I can take your question or anything you have. From Lagos, Sheffield, the UK, Lagos, Ghana, Aberdeen. It's amazing. It's good to see you guys, to be honest. And I think this is one of the major benefits, that you get from attending virtual training programs, because you can see the vast, you can see the diversity that we have in class. Someone from Ibadan, someone from Lagos, someone from Canada. And we're all going to be learning extensively today. Like, it's going to be a practical-based training program. And I can guarantee you are going to learn a lot, to be honest, yeah? All right, so we have quite a number of people from Lagos, Nigeria, from Dubai, from literally across the world. We have people from China, from Malaysia, from different parts of the world. So it's good to have you guys from Abakaliki. That's a good one. All right, good to have every one of you. Good to have one of you. Now, the session today, all right, is basically going to talk about how to begin your career as a data analyst in Canada, all right? How to begin your career as a data analyst in Canada. That's what we're going to be looking at today. And it's going to be a very practical-based training program. We are going to be building our own dashboard. We're going to be building something very absolutely practical, something you can actually showcase to potential recruiters to tell them that, oh, I am a data analyst. I've built this particular dashboard, and I am willing and I want to start working with your organization and so on and so forth. We're going to talk to you. I'm going to discuss with you on how you can actually get started as a data analyst. Okay. But before that, I know you guys are coming in from different experience. Okay. All right. You're coming from different experience, and I want to know those experience. What experience? Okay, no, it's not just Canada alone. All right. So anywhere you are and you're looking at starting your career as a data analyst, all right, you're in the right place. That's what we do. Okay. So you don't have to, even though it's anywhere you are in the world, okay, you are free to take the training program. All right. But anyways, we'll still be talking around that. I'm still getting to know you guys. All right. So now I know where you're tuning in from. I know that you want to get started as a data analyst, all right? So I know definitely you're coming in from either you don't have any experience. Someone already says, I have no experience. Okay, that is good. You're in the right place. But if you have a prior experience, probably you're an HR officer, okay, you are, logistics, you're working in healthcare, you just want to break into tech. You want to become a tech bro, you want to become a tech sis. So what experience, okay, where are you coming? What experience have you garnered over the past years? Are you in education? Okay, I have someone in engineering. So, okay, he's currently working as an engineer. I know quite a number of people that have moved from engineering to become a data analyst, especially in Canada, and you hear about them later. So I have someone as a credit controller, banking, sales experience, a lawyer, okay, a researcher. This is beautiful, good experience. This is education, that's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Estate surveyor, financial analyst, pension, communications, education, business, healthcare, financial sector, auditor, musical. That's a good one. Musicologist, lawyer, logistics. See, yeah. I think I'll tell you, like, I like the fact that I like the energy you guys are giving me, to be honest. I like the energy. And I'll tell you this for free, yeah? And that is whatever experience you're coming in from, whatever experience you're coming in from, you are at the right place. Because as a data analyst, all this experience that you're listening now, statistics, trader, students, education, even job hunting, all right, they are all the skill set that you need to become a data analyst. And I'll expatiate more on all these things as we move on. Data analytics is the right path for majority of the people. If you're looking at transitioning, data analytics is the right place for you to be. All right, without wasting too much time, okay, let's jump into it. How do I begin a career? How do I start a career as a data analyst? That's a pausing question you're asking yourself. You've heard a lot of people post on LinkedIn, oh, I just got a job as a data analyst. But you've gone ahead to, type on Google, and you've gone on YouTube, you've gone into several places to find out how you can start your career as a data analyst. This is the right place for you, okay? All right, and I need to say this also. The session is fully recorded. The session that we're having today is fully recorded, and only the people that wait till the end of the session will get the recording of the session. Only the people that wait till the end of the session will get the recording of the session. All right, so anyways, that's that about recording. All right, so who is your humble facilitator today? All right, my name is Ifemena Ipro. I am the co-founder of Tenalytics. Currently, I work as a global business systems analyst with Teleflex, okay? So, and I'm a data scientist, management consultant, business intelligence analyst. Those are my experience, okay? I've, transitioned, like majority of the people on the call. I studied economics in my undergraduate, okay? From economics, then I transitioned into tech, that's data analytics, data science space itself. I have over 7 years experience, and majorly I focus currently as a global business systems analyst. I focus majorly on the supply chain aspect. So I use data science to facilitate the production, the movement of goods and services across the world. So I cover all three critical regions. I cover the American region, I cover the EMEA region, that is Europe and the Middle East and Africa. I also cover the APAC region, that is Asia Pacific. So that's my experience, okay? And that's what I do at the moment, using data to make things easier for the supply chain. Basically, that's what I do. So you can connect with me on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram. Send me a message even after the call to find out, to ask more questions about the program, to ask about how you can start as a data analyst. Feel free to reach out to me anytime, okay? So that's my experience. And I'll tell you this, okay? I'm not like the regular people that did computer science. I don't have a computer science degree. I don't, okay? I did economics. Some people did statistics. Some people did banking, whatever you did in school, finance, whatever you did in school. You can, that's why I asked you that question. What experience do you have, okay? And everybody said their own experience, and that's fine, yeah. So whatever experience you're bringing currently, you're bringing in to the space is what you need to get started. That's legit the fun thing. That's why it is easy for you to get started as a data analyst. All right. So whatever experience you're coming in from, you are in the right place. I did management consulting, then I transitioned, okay, from management consulting into the data science, data analytics space. All right, so please, anyways, that's just me. If you have any question, you have my handles there. You can reach out to me. Now, I'm very sure this is the first time you've heard of Analytics or you've seen Analytics or anything like that. So I'll just give a brief about what Analytics is all about. So Analytics is an ed tech company, and what we specialize in is tech capacity building for Africans across the world. So even if you're an African in Canada, you're an African in Dubai, in the UK, across Europe, even in the APAC region, China, Malaysia and everything, even the world really. So we provide tech capacity skills building, all right? And we focus on ensuring that people that want to get transition into tech, have the right platform, have the right structured learning approach to get started. So this is what we do. And we have helped quite a number of people. We have this year alone, we have trained more than 8,000 people this year alone and helped them transition into tech. And that's what we do. So we use what we call an experiential approach to learning to help people transition. So you have experts that would, teach you the topic, whatever subject matter is, okay? They will teach you what it is, and, it basically helps you move faster in transitioning. Rather than you looking at YouTube videos, you have an expert, you have that one-on-one relationship with an expert, and the person tells you what to do. All right, so that's basically what we do, okay? Experiential approach to learning. So that's the analytics. We have experienced facilitators across the world, okay? So currently I live in the UK, all right? We have people in Canada, we have people in Dubai, we have people in Nigeria, we have people across the UK also, and we have people across the world that you would work with, that will help you make your transitioning story a lot smoother, okay? So we have people working with Google, Coca-Cola, Facebook, Meta, Meta itself, like I said, Apple, we have people working with Sahara, KPMG, Deloitte, PwC, the Big Fours, and the rest of them. So that's basically me, all right? So let's jump into it without wasting too much time, okay? What are we doing today? What are we doing? Why are we on a call this early, this late, this, whatever time it is with you? What are we doing today, all right? The key thing is 4 things we're going to be looking at today, all right? And that is number 1, we're going to get busy. We're going to get busy. We would build our own we are going to build our own dashboard, okay? We're going to build a dashboard, and I'll discuss the pathways to becoming a data analyst in the UK, in the US, in Nigeria, in Canada, in Dubai, anywhere you are, okay? Anywhere you are, we're going to show you the pathway to becoming a data analyst in any part of the country, anywhere you are in the world at the moment. And our special offer, we have a special offer. Now we have 2 offers, okay? The first thing is, I'll tell you that one now, okay? That is, only the people that wait to the end of the session will get the recording of the session. Now, the second part, you have to wait to the end of the session to hear the second part, okay? Then the last thing we're going to talk about is the Analytics Growth Internship Program. The Analytics Growth Internship Program. Now, this is one very key aspect of what we do that has helped quite a number of people transition into tech easily, all right? Everybody's looking for that experience. So how do I get this experience? How do I get this 2 years experience, 3 years experience that a lot of these organizations are looking for? We have the solution, and it is called the Analytics Growth Internship Program. So wait till the end of the session, and we are going to let you know, you will get to know about all these, available resources for you in order for you to get started as a data analyst. So these are the 4 things that we're going to be looking at today. And the first thing there is to build our own dashboard. We're going to be building our own dashboard, okay? We're going to be building our own dashboard. We have 250 people on the call. That is amazing. It's good to have all of you on the call, to be honest. It's absolutely wonderful to have every single one of you on the call. And now let's go straight into it. I'm going to start with something. I want to ask the class now, okay? Quickly. Have you guys heard of the word timoxylin now? If you're new, you're old to data, have you heard of the word timoxylin now? Have you heard of the word timoxylin now? No, nobody has heard of it. Interesting. All right. Timoxylin now. timoxylin balabutinaw. Nobody has heard of it. Interesting. That's fine. It's good. That's why you're here today. Don't worry. All right. That's why you are here today. All right. So I'm gonna. It's timoxylin balabutinaw is better if we practice it together. Okay. Is better if we practice it together. Abibat, okay, please, if you can, I don't know how you did that muting of everybody, please, if you can mute everybody, let me just, I'll be the one to ask people to mute so I can get the response from them. Okay. All right, beautiful. Thanks, Abibat. So what we're going to do now, timoxylin balabutinaw is very practical. Okay, it's very practical. It's not something I would explain and you would understand easily. So let's do practice together. Let's do the practice together. Now the key question is, I want to ask somebody, anybody can volunteer, any random person. Okay, just raise up your hand and I will call on you. Okay, I will call on you. So just raise up your hand and I will call on you. Raise up your hand and we call on you. All right, Kolapo is the first person here. Kolapo, I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself. Okay? Kolapo, I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself. I've asked you to unmute yourself if you want to unmute yourself. Okay? Kolapo, are you there? Okay.
Yes, I'm there.
All right. So what I want you to do here, we are talking about timoxylin balabutinaw now. All right. So in order for us to understand this, I would want you to give me 4-digit random numbers. Any random number that comes 4-digit random numbers.
4-digit random number.
Yeah, any 4-digit random number. Anything that comes to mind.
Okay. 2113.
2113. Amazing, colorful. Thank you very much. So I'm going to write the final number now. Okay, all random numbers. Okay, this is 22,102. Okay, 22,112. Sorry, 112. All right. So I'm going to call on Favor this time around. Favor, do you want to unmute yourself and give me another 4-digit random numbers? 4-digit random numbers. Favor.
1679.
1, 6, 7, and 9. All right, beautiful. Thank you. Thanks a lot for that, Favor. Okay, so I'll just put in random numbers now. All random numbers. So I'm going to call somebody else. I'm going to call Grace Osakewe. Grace Osakewe. These are all random people. I don't know them before. I've not met them before. Grace, yes, please. Give me any random number. Grace, feel free. Give me any random number.
0.
I can't hear you well. Sorry.
20.
20.
31.
31. All right. So I just put in the last random numbers. All random numbers. Now, if you add all these random numbers together, gotten from Kolapo to Sami to to Grace and everybody that gave the random numbers, if you add all these numbers together, it's going to give you this number, right? It's going to give you this number. And let's test it out. Let's test it out. Let's test timoxylin balabutinaw out together, okay? Let's test it out together. All right, so this is calculator 2113 plus 1679 plus 8320 plus 2031 plus 7968. 2200, you can see 22,111, okay, which is very close to the value that we have here. All right, so timoxylin balabutinaw here is the interaction of random numbers. Timoxylin balabutinaw is the interaction of random numbers. All right, and does anybody understand what just happened? Does anybody understand what just happened? Or should we do it one more time before we go into our practicals? Does anybody understand what just happened? Miracle. No, it's not jazz. It's not juju. No be jazz. No be juju. All right, it's very simple. It's very simple. I'm going to do it one more time. Then, if you, I can't spell it, that's the most annoying thing, honestly speaking. I've learned it, I've deployed it, but I cannot spell it. That's it. I don't understand. I honestly can't spell it. All right. So to make it faster here, I will just call any random person to. I think I'll go with Olawale Pokuola. Olawale Pokuola. I would ask you to mute yourself. Do you know what? So it's for it to be faster. Myself and Olawale would perform this together. I don't know Olawale before. So Olawale, please, give me any four random numbers. Any four random numbers.
1685.
1685.
5.
Okay, so I'll just give you a random number at the end of it. Don't worry. Okay. Okay. So this is what 21,683. 21,683. So quickly give me another 4-digit random numbers. All random numbers. So they don't take your best.
1885.
1885. So I'll give my own, I'll put just random numbers in there. All random numbers. Okay, another, quickly, Olawale.
2991.
2991. So I'll just put in the random numbers. Okay, this is 0 and this is 0. Okay, so when you add all these numbers together, okay, you add all these numbers, it's going to give you this random number. So let's use my calculator quickly. Okay. So 1685. This is what Pokuola gave to us. 1885 plus 8114 plus 2991 plus 7008. You can see it's 21683. So I got this number
Wow.
even before Pokuola gave me all the numbers. Do you understand? That is what we call timoxylin, Bale, Booting now. Okay. It's not jazz, it's not juju, it's just mathematics. Okay, it's just mathematics. And all right, it has nothing to do with data science or data analytics. Okay, I won't lie to you. Okay, these you guys are beginners, so don't let me bamboozle you too much. Okay, it's not data science, it's not data analytics, it's just a mathematics trick. It's a trick. Okay, so it has nothing to do with data science. There is nothing like timoxin balabutinol. All right, I'm just messing around with you guys. I'm just messing around. Okay, so let's go straight into it. Okay, I'm just messing around. There's nothing like timoxin balabutinol. It's just a very simple math trick. It's just a very simple abracadabra. Yes, that's it. No worry, don't worry. That's just a tip of the iceberg from what you're going to learn today. If you wait till the end, I'll also tell you how I do this. Okay, I'll show you how I do this if you wait till the end of the session. Now, let's go into it. Let's build our dashboard. This is what we're going to be building today. We're going to be looking at even though you're not an investor, okay, you're not investor Sabinus, okay, you would have heard of cryptocurrency, you would have heard of Bitcoin, okay. Now let's build our own real-time 5-year trend performance of Bitcoin. All right, we can see the old Bitcoin, everything is dropping, buy the dip. So, how do you use analytics to make informed decision for when to buy, when to sell, and all those things? Real time. The key word there is real time, making these decisions real time. And this is what you'll be doing as a data analyst in any organization you find yourself. So we're going to be looking at Bitcoin, and we are going to be building this dashboard today in the next 1 hour, 30 minutes, maximum 2 hours. We're going to do this quickly and as fast as possible. Okay. So what we're going to be using for our class today is basically we're going to be using Power BI. We're going to be using Power BI. So now if you've not downloaded Power BI before, if you've not downloaded Power BI before, okay, just open any browser of your choice. Now I'm going to be taking it as slow and as steady as possible. So if you want to follow me, fine and good. If you can't follow me, please just listen on it and try to practice when you are done with the class, when we are done with the class. Majority of the people that, that attend this master class do listen, okay? They listen during the call, then they practice after, because that's more efficient. You would know, you will understand better when you're practicing by your own, okay? So just listening, I would advise you to listen, okay? Just look at the processes I am going through. Then once you're done, get the recording of the session, then also practice, okay? Try to build your own, try to replicate the dashboard. It's very simple, and you see how simple it is for you to build the dashboard. But if you feel you're going to be fast enough, okay? If you feel you're going to be fast enough, please feel free to go along with me, okay? You'll see how easy it is for you to build your own dashboard in 1 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes max, okay? It seems I'm the only one that have network issues. Chidima, so sorry about that. All right. If you are ready, say yeah, yeah. Let me hear you say yeah, yeah, if you're ready. If you're ready for us to get into the interesting part, say yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can see a lot of yeah, yes. All right, yeah, yeah, my guys. All right, let's go into it. We're going to be having fun today. I can guarantee you that we are going to be doing something absolutely phenomenal today. All right, yeah, 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 ready, yeah, ready, yeah. So now I'm going to walk you through how you can download Power BI. I'm going to start first and show you how you can download Power BI. That's the first thing. You need Power BI on your system, on your local machine. So just open any browser. Currently, I'm using Google Chrome. Okay. So just type in Power BI download. Okay, or download Power BI. Anyhow you want to put it. All right. Just type in Power BI download or download Power BI. Anything, as long as download is there and there's Power BI there, you are good to go. So now Power BI download, press enter, and you see the first thing there. The first one there is downloads Microsoft Power BI. The BI that you see there is not buy. A lot of people say Power BI. It's not Power BI. It is Power BI. Okay, the BI stands for Business Intelligence. Okay, see how it sounds? See how sophisticated it sounds? Don't worry, it's fine. Okay, Microsoft Power BI, Business Intelligence. Okay, so the first link you have there is download Microsoft Power BI. Okay, so click on it. Don't be, okay. Only on your PC, please. Only on your PC. You can't download Power BI on your phone. Okay. There's a mobile app that you can use to view, but you can't do analysis on your phone. You can't. Okay. So once you click on download Microsoft Power BI, okay. Once you click on download, that's the link we're coming from. It's going to take you to this page, and basically it's telling you download Power BI tools and apps. Download Power BI tools and apps. Okay, so you see it here, Microsoft Power BI desktop, and you have two options. You have the download option and we have the advanced download options. You have two options. You have the download options and you have the advanced download options. Now, the advanced download option is a bit faster, okay, if you don't have a Microsoft account. So I'm just going to make an assumption that we all don't have a Microsoft account, okay? So it's faster for everyone, okay? So click on advanced, click on advanced. So once you get here, click on the advanced download option. Click on the advanced download options. Once you have that downloaded, once you click on that, it's going to open a new page. It's going to open a new page. Now, they will ask you to select a language. By default is English language, okay? But if you want it in Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, in Tifi, in Delta language itself, Yoruba, Isoko, everything is there, okay? But you won't see it in your own because it has not been deployed, okay? All right, it's not deployed yet. It's just English language for now, okay? There are other languages there, but for the class, we are all, the English language is our lingua franca. All right, so English language, default English, okay? So leave it at English and just click on download, okay? Just click on download, okay? Click on download. So once you click on download, it's going to bring up this. Once you click on download, it's going to bring up this particular page. It's going to bring up this particular page. Okay. Now you have two options there. Okay, you have the 64 bits and you have the the regular one that will work with any machine. Okay, so without wasting too much time, you can go ahead to select this particular option, the Power BI desktop setup.exe. Okay, so select this. Once you have this checked, so select this, and once you have this checked, okay, then click on next. Once you have this checked, click on next. All right, and that's it. All right, and that's it. So once you have this selected, click on next. So once you have that selected and you click on next, you can see now I have currently Power BI is downloading. Installation is very, very easy. This is to download. To install, once it finishes, once you're done installing, once you're done downloading, just double click on it and it will start installing. All right, just click on next, 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 and that's it. Honestly speaking, it's one of the easiest applications to download. Honestly, download and install. All right. So like I said, yeah, there are two ways to do it. All right. I'll prefer you to listen, then you can practice. Honestly speaking, if you listen, practicing becomes very easy for you. Absolutely easy. All right. But if you're trying to replicate as I am going, you will miss some things. You will likely miss some things. So just listen, all right, and ask questions. If you, why did you do this? If you, why did you not do this? I would rather take those kind of questions rather than if you please 3 steps back. I don't understand how you drag that thing inside. That might slow me down. Do you understand? And it will slow everybody down. Do you understand? So yeah, that's basically it. So let's listen, then you can practice. Don't worry, it's fine. And I would like to see your dashboard when you're done. Okay. So now this is the exe file, which is the installation file, essentially. So just double click on it and you'll see, it will come up, okay? You would have it, telling you. So I have Power BI already, okay? So I don't need to install. I honestly don't need to install. But you, if you don't have Power BI installed, you can just click on next, click on next, 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 and have it downloaded. Okay, so I'm going to cancel because I have Power BI installed. Okay. Now, to launch Power BI after downloading and installing, after downloading and installing Power BI, just come to your system and search for Power BI. So this is it here, Power BI desktop. Power BI desktop. This is where it is. Okay. So once you have Power BI desktop, just click on it. Okay. And it's a launch. Okay. Just click on it and it's going to launch. So while we are waiting for Power BI to launch, okay, I'm going to open a new tab. While I'm waiting for Power BI to launch, I'll open a new tab. It doesn't take time, but someone says they can't see my screen. Can you guys see my screen well? Please confirm. Please confirm you can see my screen. Yes. All right. Thanks a lot, Adeza. All right. So I'm going to open a new tab. And basically what we are doing today, we want to build a real-time, a real-time trend performance analysis for Bitcoin. We want to do a real-time, okay, real-time trend performance analysis of Bitcoin. All right. Bitcoin is, is one of the most popular, is definitely the most popular, okay, and even the one that has the largest volume in terms of capitalization in cryptocurrency. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. All right. And the good thing about the training program or this session is that you don't need, when you learn Bitcoin, when you know how to do the one for Bitcoin, okay, when you do the one for Bitcoin, you can do the one for Doge tomorrow. You can do the one for, Ethereum tomorrow. You can try the one for another, cryptocurrency that you prefer, the one that you like. All right. So it's not saying that you need to only do for Bitcoin. No, the knowledge you're learning today, you can replicate it across any cryptocurrency that you want. All right. Yes, Godfrey, the session is fully recorded and it will be made available for those that wait till the end of the session. Okay. All right. What computer you recommend for data analysis? Don't worry, we'll answer these questions at the end. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to be using Yahoo Finance. So if you go to Yahoo Finance, okay, Yahoo Finance, okay, they keep track, of all these indicators, price, opening price, closing price, and all these things. Okay, even if you're not a stockbroker or you're not an investor. Okay, don't worry, you're fine, you're okay, you're good to go. So once you go to Yahoo Finance, okay, you Google it and you click on the first link that you see there, which is the UK.finance. I'm in the UK, so that's why you see that UK.finance. So if you're, your own region would probably be tailored to your own region, but essentially they are all the same thing. Okay. So when you go to Yahoo Finance, just search. Today, I'm going to be looking at BTC USD. So that is the major, I'm going to search, that is Bitcoin. BTC dash USD. BTC is Bitcoin, USD is dollar. Okay, so we're trying to see the price of the Bitcoin in dollars. Do you understand? So BTC USD, just search for it. Okay, so once you search for BTC USD, you see it here, Bitcoin USD. All right, and currently you can see one Bitcoin is equivalent to $19,995.85. Do you get? So now it has increased to 20,000. You can see it is real time. Do you understand? It is happening real time. So it's all these indicators that are happening real time, and we want to track it on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, regardless of whatever the case might be. So how do we do this? This is the beauty of analytics. This is what really makes me happy to listen to people, to say that, oh, I want to become a data analyst. This is why organizations are looking for data analysts. How would you be able to track all these things in real time and come up with insights? All right, that's why we need data analysts. And that's why people are being sponsored from across the world to move them to that particular location, to say that come and use our data to make sense of our data. So anyways, let's continue, okay? So once you search for BTC USD, you click on it, all right? It's going to, bring you to this particular page where you have BTC USD, all right? And what you want is, you want historical data. You want the historical data. So click on historical data. Now, by default, this is a 1 year. This is what has happened in 1 year, okay? By default, this is what happened in, okay, you can keep scrolling down all the way to the end. Okay, this is daily, okay? I don't want daily, so I'll take it on a monthly basis. Daily might be a bit, okay? Daily might be a bit not too clumsy, but it might require us to do a lot more, okay? So I'll just do it. Instead of doing it, you can see the frequency here. Frequency is daily. So daily, every day. If you are a daily trader, if you're a day trader, you will do it on a daily basis. But let's just do on a monthly basis. So I'll do monthly, okay? On a monthly basis. So I'll click on month, okay? So once you click on month, click on apply. Click on monthly, click on apply. All right, so this is monthly now. This currently is on a monthly basis. So from the 1st of September, 17th of September, you can see it here, 1st of August, 1st of July, 1st of June, 1st of May. But this is only for 1 year. This is just for 1 year. But we want to make a more sound decision. We want to make more sound decision. So in order for you to make more sound decision, you cannot just make a decision on what has happened in 1 year. You can't. It's too biased. So you're only using of what has happened in 1 year to make a decision. That's not enough. All right. So you need like 3 to 5 years worth of data. So you can see trend, you can see analysis, you can do more analysis essentially. So you need like 5 years worth of data. Do you understand? 5 years worth of data. So now, thankfully, Yahoo does all this for us. We don't need to keep data. Yahoo is keeping the data for us. So click on the drop down and you will see 1 day, 5 day, 3 month, 6 month, year to date. That's YTD. Then you have 1 year and you have 5 years. So I'm going to click on 5 years. So click the drop down, click on 5 years. So I want 5 years worth of data. Then I'll click on apply. Then I'll click on apply. Okay, so once I scroll down now, you see that it will take me to when Bitcoin actually started. Okay, that was 20. It took me back to 2017. All right, 1st of October 2017. That is 5 years worth of data. Now, you have 5 years worth of data, you will definitely be able to understand what is happening in the market. 5 years worth of data, you would be able to understand what is happening in, with Bitcoin. All right. So this is 5 years worth of data. All right. So this is the data we are going to be analyzing today. All right. This is the data we are going to be analyzing today. And I will tell you the beauty of this particular part of it. Okay. I'll tell you the beauty of doing this real time, okay, analysis. All right. So let me just show you Power BI. My Power BI is up and running. Okay. Power BI is up and running. I'm just trying to bring it in. Give me a second. Give me a second. All right. Yes, Power BI is up and running. So this is up. Once you search for Power BI, and you click on it, this is Power BI. This is the interface we are going to be dealing with. This is the interface we are going to be dealing with. All right. So essentially, this is what we're going to be. This is Power BI, and we're going to be bringing that data from finance, from Yahoo Finance, into Power BI. We're going to bring in this data. You can see the opening price, the highest price on the 17th of September. This is the opening price for Bitcoin. This was the highest it reached today, which is 17th. This is the lowest it got to. This is the closing price, okay? And this is the adjusted close. And this was the total volume. Total volume. That means the total money they used in cryptocurrency that they used, in terms of volume itself, that buy, sell, and all those things. They did about 25 billion, okay? 25 billion plus, all right? So basically, this is the data that we are going to analyze. I'm not saying that you need to be a cryptocurrency trader. No, you don't have to be, all right? This is just, I'm not a cryptocurrency trader, all right? But I know how to use data to make sense of data. Do you know? I know how to use analytics to make sense of data, all right? And that's what you'll be doing as a data analyst, all right? If you're in supply chain, you're in logistics, you're in healthcare, regardless of anywhere you are, you'll be using data, okay, to drive business performance. And this is basically financial data. So how do we use financial data to make smart decisions? That is essentially what we are going to be looking at today, all right? So now this is 5 years worth of data, like I said, 5 years worth of data. And we're going to be taking it into Power BI. We're going to be taking it into Power BI. Now, this is Power BI, blank, open, and empty. It is empty. No data is in here. Currently, I don't have any data in Power BI. Okay? Now, the beauty of Power BI is Power BI allows you, if you click on Get Data, you see that you have plenty sources you can connect Power BI to. Power BI is like a tap. Okay, it's like a pipe. Let me put it that way. It's like a pipe. So you see, if you have a tap at the back of the house and you have a garden in front, what do? You take the pipe, you connect it to the pipe, you connect it to the tap, and you go all the way to the garden, and you can use water to water your garden. Do you understand? So the tap is basically Yahoo Finance that has the data. They have the water, they have the data. Do you understand? Now, Power BI is the tap, okay? You can connect that Power BI to Yahoo Finance, and the data will now flow from Yahoo Finance into Power BI. And you can use it for visualization, analysis, insight, and all these things. Do you understand? So you can see the transitioning. So we need to connect Yahoo Finance to Power BI. You need to join them together. You need to super glue them. Do you understand? So we need to join them together. All right. And Power BI does this very, very well. Power BI does this very, very well. Now, how do you do it? You can see you can connect to Excel workbook. You can get data. If you click on get data, you see Excel workbook, Power BI data sets, Power BI data flows, Dataverse, SQL Server, text and CSV, and web. You see that? There's a web for you to get data from web. That's the beauty of it. So I can connect to Yahoo via the web, and I'll be able to get data from Yahoo into Power BI. You see how beautiful that is? Easy. So when the website is updated, my dashboard is updated automatically. So I don't need to go to Yahoo Finance anymore. I can have this. I can have my analytics running, okay? So I don't need to go to Yahoo Finance every day to check, to reload the page. All I have to do is do what? Reload my dashboard, and I have all my analytics real time happening. So let's do this together. So I'm going to connect Power BI to Yahoo Finance via the web. I will use the web to connect the two of them together, okay? So I'll click on web, and once I click on, like I said, I'm going to take that step again. Click on get data, click on web, okay? And you'll see it's requesting for URL. URL, that's what it's requesting for. So I'm going to go back to my Yahoo Finance, okay? To Yahoo Finance, okay? You can see the data is in this particular page. The data I want to use is in this particular page. All right, I can take the URL from here. Okay, that's one way of taking the URL, but I can also take it from the download. You can see this icon here is telling me to download the data set. I don't want to download it because if I download it, it will be on my local machine. All right, I won't be able to access it anytime they update it. So rather than do that, I'll right click. You see where you have download here, right click on it, and you see copy link address. Copy link address. You've adjusted everything. Currently, this is 5-year data, 5-year data on a monthly basis. Do you understand? You have the download button there. Right click on download, then you see copy link address. Copy link address. So copy out, sorry, not save, copy. I clicked on save. So on the download, right click on it and copy link address. Copy it. Once you copy it, you don't need Yahoo Finance anymore. All right, you can minimize the page and go back to Power BI. So you see that link that you copied, the copy link address we did on the download button in Yahoo Finance. I'm going to paste it here, Control V or paste. So this is the link that I copied from Yahoo Finance. This is that download link, okay? And I'll click on OK. I'll click on OK. I'll click on OK. I'll click on OK. So you see now, you see how easy, you see how seamless it is. A lot of people will do what? A lot of people will come here and start copying one by one. You copy it like this. Hey, this is hard work. Hard what? Hard work. Please don't do this at home. Don't try this at home. Okay? You are now with analytics. We have your back. We'll teach you the right way of doing all these things. Don't copy data like this and paste it in Excel. Okay? All right? I will teach you how to use Power BI effectively, efficiently. You become like the star boy within any organization you find yourself. That's what we want you to become. All right, manual labor. Keith said manual labor. I like that. Not hard work. That's literally manual labor. Okay, it's more than bricklayer if you do that. All right. So now we have brought it into. So you can see it: date, open, high, low, close, adjusted, close, and volume. All right. Date, high, low, close, adjusted, close, and volume. You can see that it's legit the same data that we have here. All right, all from top to bottom. Do you understand? Analytics, top to bottom. Do you understand? So we have everything. We have copied, we've gotten it, we didn't copy it. We legit just connected Power BI to Yahoo Finance, and Power BI is doing the rest for us. Okay, so now everything is fine. I have everything. This is the data. It's only giving me the first 200 rows, so I can't see the entire data. It's only giving me the permission to view the first 200 rows for me to confirm. Is this the data interesting? No, bottom to top. Okay, don't worry. So it's only giving me the permission to see, to say that if you want to buy something in the market, they'll give you sample now. Okay, Abokina, give me suya, make I taste. You give it to your taste first before you now buy 200 or 500 that you want to buy. Okay, so Power BI is telling me if a mena sample, this is a sample you should look at. So I'll look at the sample and okay, it looks good. It looks like Yahoo Finance data. So I'm going to bring it into Power BI now. I'll say come inside, don't worry. Yeah. So for me to take it into Power BI, I'll click on transform data. I'll click on transform data. Okay, boom, and Power BI is working. Power BI is working. It's doing the work in the background. Don't worry, you need to just chill. Power BI is doing all the work, okay? So I'm going to show you now. So this is the data. It's in Power Query. There's something we call Power Query. It's Power Query. And you see all those power things that they're putting there. It's to tell you that almost now work we they do here, we know they play. It's work. It's powerful stuff. That's what we are doing here. All right. So this is Power Query. You can see the name here, Power Query. So once you click on transform data, it's going to take you directly to Power Query. Now I'm going to use another analogy for this. If you buy stuff in the market, regardless, if you buy it from the shopping mall, you buy it from Lidl, you buy it from Tesco, you buy it from Walmart, okay? You buy food stuff. When you get to the house, no matter how clean the environment is, you need to wash it. You need to clean your food before you start cooking, jollof, smoky jollof, you know, before you do all those things, you need to cook your food in the kitchen. It's the same thing with this. You've got data from Yahoo Finance, that is your Walmart. You're bringing it, you want to eat it, you want to consume it. Before you consume it, you need to clean it. So that's why we are transforming the data. We are doing transformation. We want to cook jollof, right? So we are trying to cook, we are trying to blend, we are trying to wrangle, we are trying to do data cleaning, and it sounds appetizing. So Lange, you are feeling the vibe. You're feeling the vibe. I like that. All right. So in order for us to cook that smoky jollof, that management team they want to eat, and enjoy themselves and grow pot belly like myself. Do you understand? You need to make it look appetizing. So we need to transform the data. We need to clean it up. We need to do some little transformation. We can't just take it from Yahoo Finance and start analyzing. Do you understand? We need to clean. We need to make it look good. All right. So now you can look at it. Okay, let's do a little bit of exploratory analysis. So you see the date. This is the data type. You can see here, it is a date, which is good. Open 1.2 to tell you it's a decimal number. It's a decimal number, which is also very good. I is 1.2 decimal points number, which is good. And you can see the rest of them, decimal point, which is absolutely good. Volume is 123, which shows you the number. So they are all good. Everything looks good. Do you understand? The only thing I'm going to change is the name of the data. So this is coming in as US BTC USD on the question mark period. Those are jargons. Okay, those are jargons. So you can change it. I'm just going to select everything. I'm going to delete everything I have there. Delete everything. Delete it. All right. I'm going to delete everything, and I will give it my own name. I'll give it a name of my choice. I'm going to call it BTC USD. BTC USD. Do you understand? You can call it anything. You can call it my data. You can call it my BTC data. You can call it anything of your choice. I just want to call it BTC USD data. Okay, I can say 5-year data. And I'll press enter. Boom. That is it. BTC USD 5-year data. So every other thing looks good. The date, the opening price, the close high price, the low price, the close, the adjusted close, and the volume. Everything looks fine. Okay. All right. Everything looks very fine. So once I'm done, what I just changed, that's the only thing I changed. That's the only thing I did. I only changed the name. Once I'm done with that, I will click on close and apply. I will click on close and apply. So now Power BI is doing the work. It is pulling the data. You see it now. It's working. You see it's loading. Power BI is creating connection in model. So Power BI is doing the hard work. I am chilling. In fact, let's start gisting. How was your day, guys? How are you guys doing? Hope you guys are good. Are you guys going to church tomorrow? Are you guys going to church tomorrow? Let Power BI do the work. Let's be chilling. Do you guys? So Power BI has finished. Okay, Power BI has completed that particular data pool. It has connected to the data source, Yahoo Finance. It has extracted the data, spiritually, physically. It has done that extraction. So we don't need to stress ourselves. All right. So I know if you can ask your question in the chat, I really appreciate. So I don't waste too much time taking questions. So sorry about that. It's just I'm trying to be very time conscious so that we can, finish on time. All right. So now data is in Power BI. If you come to the right, 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 to the right. So if you come here, you'll see it here. BTC USD 5-year data. That's our data. That's the data right there. Okay, that's the data right there. So if you click the drop down, you'll see the data. This is it here. Adjusted close, close, the dates, the high, the low, the open, and the volume. Beautiful. Our data is in Power. See how easy it is to just connect to data and bring it into Power BI. We dragged it. The way people they drag people for Twitter, okay? That's the way we drag their own finance inside Power BI. So they come here, let's use it for visualization. Do you understand? All right. Yeah, so we have dragged them inside. We drag them the way we used to drag people on Twitter, the way we are dragging people on Twitter. That's how we drag their own finance into Power BI. So let's continue. Let's continue. We're just starting. We're just literally, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Okay. Now, this is our dashboard. This is our dashboard. And you see, it's telling you build visuals with your data. Select or drag fields. Drag. In this place, they play. You're not playing with anybody. You drag anything. Drag it inside. Drag it. Don't worry, they will conform. Once you drag it, it will work. You can see Power BI is telling you select or drag field from fields pane onto report canvas. So just drag. Don't worry, we're going to work with it. So number one thing I'm going to drag inside, the number one thing I'm going to bring inside is Tenalytics. Let's stand up for Tenalytics anthem. So let's bring in Tenalytics. This is a free masterclass and you're learning a lot from this, okay? All right, so let's bring in Tenalytics logo. I'm going to bring in Tenalytics logo, okay? So in order for me to bring in Tenalytics logo, so I want to see logo in this logo in all your dashboards you're going to create. So just go online and download our logo. Do you understand? I want to see it. So just go online and go search for Tenalytics. They know us everywhere, okay? You're like Ojo Legba. They know my story, okay? So Tenalytics logo, all right? Just go online, search for Tenalytics logo, look for the image, click on image, and you see we have a lot of images, okay? I see a lot of images. Click on the first one or the second one, okay? Download, save the image on your desktop, on your anywhere you have it. Just select and save it, all right? So I would like to see the logo in yours, also just to show that you're with us. All right. So once you download it, okay, click on Insert. Currently, I'm back to Power BI. I'm back to Power BI. So click on, can you please go back to where you were transforming the data? I lost the transformation data. I may not be so sorry about Joey. So I may not be able to go back. Okay. So once you click on Insert, you did not lose it. If you click on Close and Apply, just click on Close and Apply. You're exactly where you are. Okay, don't worry, don't need to stress. So in order for me to bring in my logo, that Analytics logo, I'll click on Insert. I'll click on Image. You see Image there, Image. All right. So I have my Analytics logo. Okay, I'm going to look for where I have it in my Analytics folder. All right, and I'll just select the image I want to use. I want to use Analytics logo. That's the one I downloaded. Okay, and I'll click on OK. And it's bringing it in, and you see I have Analytics logo. All right, Analytics logo is in here. Okay, Analytics logo. So you can see that anytime I resize it, it's getting smaller. It's getting smaller. Okay, so what I'll do is to adjust it. I'll click on the image, the logo, my Analytics logo. I'll click on style. Instead of normal, this logo is not normal. We are supernatural. We are beyond normal. So, but do you understand? So we cannot be using normal format for Analytics. We need to change it to what? I'll change it to fill. Okay, so it is bolder to fill the page. Okay, so I'll fill it and I'll adjust. I can adjust it a bit more. I'll just drag it to the corner. Okay, let Analytics just be looking at everybody together. Let's be looking at ourselves. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is before I start my dashboarding, before I start anything, I would like to create a format of my dashboard. I'll try to create a format for my dashboard. Now, you need to visually know what you're trying to do, okay? You need to visually know what you're trying to build, okay? Like I said, we're going to build, this is what we're trying to build. Let me show you guys. This is what we are trying to build. That data that we brought, we're even going to do a forecast. You see it here? This is a forecast of future prices of Bitcoin. So don't worry, you're going to learn a lot, a whole lot. For a free program, you cannot get it anywhere else, honestly speaking. Okay, so this is what we're trying to build. So let me show you how you can create your own dashboard. Let me show you how you can create your own dashboard. Okay, now let's go into it. All right, this is our white canvas. You can see this is currently white. So what I'll do is I want to change to black. I don't know, I just like black. I like anything black theme. Do you understand? It's a pity that Power BI does not have black theme just now, just yet. Okay. So I want to change this to a black theme, okay? So I'll click on just click anywhere on the dashboard, anywhere on this white canvas, click on anywhere on it. Click on this, you see format your page. Click on format your page, all right? Click on format your page. Then you see canvas background. That's to tell you that's the background of your canvas. This is your canvas, okay? So canvas background, you see the color, okay? Is currently in white, all right? But I want it in black, plain pitch black. I'll click on black. Now you see it here, it has not changed. The next thing for you is to reduce transparency to zero, take it to 0. So change the color to black, then reduce transparency from 100% to 0. You see everything becomes black, okay? Everything becomes black. Okay, so this is what we are going to be using today. This is what we're going to be using, a black. I want you to be creative with yours. You don't need to use the black thing. So you can use any color of your choice. You can use purple, you can use green, but just make sure it is appealing to the eyes. All right, just make sure it is appealing to the eyes. All right, so once I have a black theme, there's a black theme I want to use. I'll click on insert. I want to insert a box where I will put my visualizations. I want to insert a box where I will put my visualizations. All right, so I'm going to click on insert. Then you see shapes. You see shapes, okay? Click on insert, you will see shapes. You will see shapes. All right, you see this rounded rectangle, rounded rectangle. Click on it, all right? Click on the rounded rectangle, all right? And you see it comes in, boom, shakalaka. You bring it in, make it big, don't worry, don't be scared. Do anyhow, you are the one that owns the dashboard. So do anyhow you want it to look like, build it the way you like it, you understand? All right, so this is the blue stuff, but you can see the blue and the black, they don't really go, like, it's too, I will need to change the color, obviously, so it can be more appealing to the eyes. Okay, so now you can see the round. I also want to adjust these rounded corners. They are too rounded for me. Okay, so I would change the rounded corner. So you see the shape, okay? You see the rounded rectangle, okay? It is selected already. And you see the rounded corners. You see it is in 25% at the moment. I would reduce it a bit to maybe like a 5. So like it is just maybe 5. Yeah, I can also just change the numbers here to 5, okay, rather than reducing it. So this is 5%. So I only wanted 5%. That's fine. Now for the color, I'll go to style. You see the fill color is blue currently. So I don't want blue. I want gray, like a darker gray. Do you understand? Like this kind of gray. This is too bright. It's too bright for me. Okay, so in order for me, I will do this. I will select more color because I don't want this kind of gray. So I will select more color, okay, and I'll look for the color that I want. That's the beauty. You have the freedom to use any color of your choice, okay, any color of your choice. So I'm going to use something like this, okay. I'm going to use something like this. All right, this is good. All right, I'm going to use something like this. All right, I'm going to use something like this color is okay. This is okay for me. All right. Then you see you have blue outline. This blue outline, you don't need it. All right, the blue outline. So you see the border line, border is blue. So switch it off. Switch it off. So you don't want that blue outline. You don't want it at all. You don't want it. You don't want it. So switch off the border line and switch it off. That's all. Okay. So you see, we have another back. We have like a background again to our dashboard. We have another background to our dashboard. Okay. So now, the next thing I'm going to do is I will copy this rectangle because I want to create like a format before I start putting visualization. Okay, I want to create, like when you're building the house, when you're building a foundation of the house, what do? You map it out. You map your sitting room first. They'll do foundation. During the foundation, what will they do? They'll map out the sitting room. They'll map out the kitchen. They'll map out the toilet. They'll map out, they will do that mapping around the house first before they start putting, building it up. Do you understand? So you need to map out, okay? You need to map out your dashboard before you start putting visualizations inside. So in order for me to map out my own dashboard, I'm going to click on this. I will copy it, Control C to copy, Control V to paste. So I've created a copy. Currently, they're the same color. That's why you can't notice it. So I'll move it to the edge so you can notice it. So this is a copy of this rectangle. Okay, this is a copy. So I'll change the color so that it's more visually appealing. It's more distinctive. The colors are different. The colors are different. So I'll change the color of this copy. I'll change the color. Okay. So I only copied and pasted, then I adjusted. I'll do it one more time. So you see this big rectangle, rounded edges. Okay. This rectangle, I'll Control C to copy, Control V to paste. The moment you paste, you see you have two. You have two there. Just resize it. Just resize. Okay. And I'm going to change the color. I'll click on, you see it, once you click on the rectangle, you see style. You see style and you see color. Don't worry, I know if you're trying to follow me, it might be a bit difficult. All right, but I can guarantee you, if you listen, you would be able to build your own easily. And you see how beautiful your dashboard. You'll be so proud of yourself. Okay, don't worry, it's okay. So I want to change the color. I want to change the color of this particular box. I don't want it to be the same bag. I don't want it to be the same color with the one at the back. So I'll click on the rectangle. I want to change the color. I'll click on style. Okay, color. I would select more color. Then I'll look for something brighter a little bit. A hand, something like this. I'll look for something like this. Yeah, this is fine for me. So 6.5, if you want to type in the numbers, you can type the numbers yourself. That will just give you exactly the color code I have here. So just type in, if you want to type in 625F, 5F, that's fine. It will give you the same color format that I am using. So I'm just going to drag it to the top here. All right, I'll drag it to the top here. Okay, I'll probably extend it to somewhere here like this. All right, so that's the first, this is where I'm going to put my first dashboard, my first visualization. Okay, this is where I'm going to put my first visualization. So before I finish, before I move, before I create a copy, another copy, I want to add it, I want to make it glow, glow, not glow the network, but I want you to make it glow so that when people see your dashboard, they'll just be like, this guy is too good. This guy is too much. Guys, please, do you have $1 billion in the bank account? Send it to this analytics staff or this analytics trainer. Do you understand? Make it pop. I like that. Actually, make it pop. So add a glow to it, make it like distinctive. So click on the one that we just created. Okay, click on this stuff the rectangle we just created. All right. Click on the style, still the same style. We want to just change it. And you see glue there, glue. Let it, let it carry pepper. Let it carry small pepper. Okay. So the glow, I'm going to switch it on. And you can see this one is blue. I don't want blue. Forget blue. Blue no need this color. If you like blue, you can leave it on blue. But I'm going to use a white. I'm going to use white. Boom. So there's this glow at the back that looks like it is reflecting. There's a shadow. It looks nice. So this is the glow I'm talking about. Okay, not the network. Okay. So copy. Once you create this one, this is the box I want to use. Okay. So I'll just do what? I'll copy it. I'll paste it. I'll bring it under. So I have another. I'm going to put another visualization in that particular place. So I'm going to copy, paste again, drag it down. I'll put another visualization over here. I'll put another visualization over here. I can adjust this one a bit, okay, in terms of size, in terms of energy. I can adjust them anyhow I want, okay? Then another visualization, I'll copy and paste, okay? And you see how easy it is to just create a foundation to your dashboard. These things, you won't get it for free anywhere, I won't lie to you. And that is why we help people, okay, get jobs as data analysts, because this is what we do. Bread and butter. Bread and butter. This is our bread and butter. This is what we know how to do. Do you understand? Leave it to us. Just trust in us. We'll do the rest for you. My box is disappearing. Click outside. Click on the main screen. It won't disappear. Don't worry. It will come back. So I'm going to put another visualization here. I'll copy and paste again, drag it up, and put another visualization here. I can drag this one down a bit. Drag this one down. All right. So copy this one here, paste, copy and paste. I would adjust. Okay, I will adjust and put another visualization in this place. Okay, I'll drag it up a bit. Okay, copy, paste, drag down, copy, paste, drag down. Okay, so I'll do 5 of these essentially. Okay, I'll do 5. That is 4 and 5. My box keeps disappearing. What happened to it? Where is it disappearing to? All right, don't worry, it's fine. Yeah, fine, don't worry. Just click outside, click outside, click. Don't click on the background. If I click on the background, you see it overshadows the other things I'm creating. So don't click on it. Click on, once you click on the main background, you see it's every other box disappears. So click outside on the main, click anywhere outside, click anywhere outside your dashboard, it will come back. Don't worry. That's what is happening. It's not disappearing. Okay, so I'm just going to be adjusting it a bit. So yeah, so this is our visualization and we are almost done. This is our foundation. So this is where our dashboard is going to sit. This is where, can you also Control Z in Power BI? Perfectly, yes, you can. Control Z as much as you want. If you want to, if Control Z is not fast for you, you see this icon up here, you can undo, okay? This undo button here, you can click this to undo, all right? So now let's start creating our visualization. Let's start creating our visualizations, okay? And you see how simple it is. Now, before we start creating our visualization, we're going to do a little bit, tintily small calculation. We're going to do small calculations, all right? Now, because we are using 5 years worth of Bitcoin prices, we're using 5 years of price. We're not going to be working with the actual price. We're going to be working with average. The average price of Bitcoin, the average price, opening price, the average this, the average that. So it gives you a wider holistic idea of what is happening with Bitcoin. So you'll see a lot of the time they use moving average. Okay, if you're a crypto trader, I'm not saying you should be a crypto trader, but just analyzing. You see they use a lot of average, moving average, 10-day moving average, 5-day moving average, 77-day moving average, whatever day of average they're using. But we are just going to be using the average, of all the prices. So the average closing price, the average opening price. Must our dashboard be like this always? No, this is just one of different types of dashboard you can build. This is just for us, okay? It's just for what we want to build today. It's all your dashboard does not have to look like this, all right? You can build anything you want, and it's freestyle. When you open the Power BI, you can see the white page, okay? So you are the artist. You can create anything you want. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. Bukola, why are you writing on my screen? I'm going to just disable that so that people cannot write on my screen. Okay. Okay, so don't worry, that's fine. Beautiful, very beautiful question, Omolade. Absolutely brilliant question. So like I said, we're going to be working with average price. What we'll be working with average price. So you see, you have average close price, you have average high price, average low price, average open, average volume. We're going to be calculating the average of all these things, and we're going to be using the average, not the actual price. Okay, because it's 5 years worth of data. So we are going to be working with average rather than the actual sum. You can't sum up all the price together and say this is the total price of Bitcoin. It makes no sense. We rather get the average. Okay, so with Bitcoin USD, I'm going to the tab, the name of the data where I have BTC USD 5-year data. I would right click on it, right click on that, and create new measure. Create new measure. Create new measure. Create new measure. So I'm going to create a new measure, okay? And basically we want to measure the performance. That's what we are doing. Do you understand? So let's create a measure that will measure the performance. So what's the measure we have? The first measure we're going to create is average. Average what? Average, I'll start with the average opening price. So whenever they open, trading, what's the opening price? I'll get the average opening price. So average open, and I will say there is an average function in Power BI. There's an average function. So if you use Excel, there's average in Excel. If you use Python, okay, no, maybe not for Python, but if you use majority SQL, you use all these applications, there's a function called average. Okay, Mary, don't worry, I'm going to do it one more time so you see it perfectly. So there's an average function. You see the first thing here, average. That's a function. Okay, that's a function. So click on average. Then once you click on average, you see that it opens a bracket for you. And what do we say we want to calculate? We want to get the average opening price. We want to get the average opening price. So you can see it here. This is BTC USD 5-year data. This is the adjusted close. This is close. This is date. This is high. This is low. This is open. So this is the open. We want to get the average of open prices. So I'm going to click on open and I will close the brackets. I'll close the brackets and press enter. And press enter. So you see it here on the right. You see now I have a new measure, average open. I'm going to create another one and I'll call it average close. So I know the average open. I want to get the average close. So Mary, this is how I go about it. So in order for you to create your measure, you see where you have the name of your data set. Okay, to the right here, right click on the name, you will see new measure. You'll see new measure. Click on new measure. All right. So this time around, I want to calculate average close. Average close. So I'll call it average what? Average close. Okay, equals to average. All right. And you can see it here. You look for it. You see this column here, this particular cell, this particular one here is close. All right. So I want to get the average close. So you click on close and you close your bracket, you press enter. Boom! It's moving in, moved in. You can see you have average close. I want to get the average high, the average low, and the average volume. So I have 3 more to go, 3 more to go. So I'll just do the same thing 3 times. Right click, new measure, okay? And this time around, I'll do average high, equals to average, okay? Then I'll click on I, and close the bracket, press enter, okay? Then average low, new measure, the same thing, the same process again. Then I'll do average what? Average low this time around. So it is average. Just type in average, okay? And this time around it is low, okay? Close the bracket, then press enter, okay? So I've done 4 of them: average close, average high, average low, average open. So the last thing is average volume. 5 measures that I created. Average, average, okay? Average what? This is average volume, okay? The last word is average volume. Average, open bracket, average, open bracket, volume. You see volume here? Click on it and close the bracket, then press enter. Press enter, then you celebrate that you're almost done with your dashboard. Say hallelujah, somebody. All right. So now we're heading there. Okay, we're heading there. So our dashboard is still like foundation level. You know, before you put lintel, before you do all those things. So it's still looking like, when are we going to finish? But we're almost, hallelujah, my guys, conqueror. All right. So you see now, we have created measures. And basically, those are the measures we are going to be using for our visualization. Those are the measures we are going to be using for our visualization. All right. So let's start now. The first thing I want to do, I will still do a forecast that we're going to use to forecast, Bitcoin crisis in the next 5 years, in the next 3 years, in the next 1 year. We'll do a forecast, predictive analytics, all this within 2 hours. Jesus Christ, analytics, you guys are too much. Is it not? Lost at average, Chris, don't worry. We'll catch you up, don't worry. So we're going to do so much, all right? And you see how beautiful and interesting this is. And that's why data analysts are cashing out. That's why we're cashing out. Don't worry, I'll show you. Don't worry, they're not exposing that. They're just showing you what is necessary for you to get started. All right, let's build our first visualization. I want to compare the opening price to the closing price by year on a yearly basis. I want to see what happens when we open and when we close. I want to see what happens when we open and when we close. The average price of when we open and the average price of when we close. So I want to compare these things together, the two of them together. So let's compare. Let's build our first visualization. Okay, click outside, ensure nothing is selected. Click on the dashboard, click anywhere, any blank space, anything. All right. So we want to create our first visualization, and I'm going to use this visualization. It's called a ribbon chart. It's called a ribbon chart. Okay, so click on the ribbon chart. Okay, so you see it is blank because nothing is inside. It is blank because nothing is inside. There is no formula, no calculations, no value, nothing is inside. So let's put value inside. So I said I want to look at the average opening price. I'll click on it. I'll check. Instead of checking on it, we're going to be dragging. Okay, we're going to be dragging things instead of selecting. So you see the average open price here, average open. Okay, we want to compare average open to average close. We want to compare average open to average close. So you see average open, drag it. The way we drag people on Twitter, and we know they take anybody we do anyhow, we drag it. In Power BI, drag also. Do you understand? So average open, drag it from average open, drag it to the y-axis. The y-axis, drag it to y-axis. And you see, it gives you a value, it gives you a bar. Don't worry, we're just getting started. You see the average close, drag it also to the y-axis, put it under. And you see, you have it stacked upon themselves. Okay, you have it stacked upon themselves. Perfect, that's okay, that's no problem. Now, the next thing we want to drag is your dates. We have 5 years worth of data. So I want to see what has happened in 5 years. I want to see what has happened in 5 years. So I'll bring the date I'll drag it. Don't disturb yourself. Drag. Click on it. Drag it to x-axis. So drag it to x-axis. Now you see this is giving you an hierarchy. The year, the quarter, the month, and the date. It's giving you the year, the quarter, the month, and the date. But for this particular one, I only want the year. So I will do what? I will cancel the rest of them. I'll cancel quarter, cancel month, and I'll cancel the day. Now, looking at this, okay? Looking at this small thing that we just did here, this small visualization we just did. If I try to interpret it for you, let me just try to interpret it so you would understand what we are doing. Okay, so average price, average open is light color blue. Average open then average close. Okay, so you can see at the start in 2017, average close was above average open, indicating that the price was increasing. So when it closes, okay, when it closes, okay, when it closes, the price is usually more higher than when it opens. That's basically what it means. In 2018, there was a decline. You see, there was that recession or whatever, 2018, there was that, down that what they call it, the dip and everything. Everything went down. There was a recession in cryptocurrencies, people were not buying and stuff like that. So you see that the average open was better than the average close. So the opening price was always better than the average closing price. Now looking at it 2022, let's even look at a more recent year that we can relate with. Average open, when they open, bell every Monday morning, Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever they are doing trading, when they open at a particular price. But by the time they're closing, the price has dropped. Do you understand? So the price is always dropping. Every time it opens, the price open, price close is always a drop. That's to tell you that there is something happening in cryptocurrency. That means people are not buying as much as possible. That means the prices are not good. People are not buying cryptocurrency. So you can see the difference between the average opening price and the average closing price. Okay. So I'm going to format this. I'm going to format this particular chart, and I would use it for all the rest of my visualization. I'll format one and use it for the rest of my visualization. So I don't want background. First thing first, I don't want this white background. Delete it. Take it out of your mind. You don't want a white background. Okay, I personally don't want. So click on the visualization. Click on format your visual. Click on visualization. Click on format your visual. Format your visual. Okay, so I'm going to remove the background. That's the first thing I want to remove, the background, that white color. So you see, you have visual and you have general. So click on general. You see effects. Click on effects, then background. Switch it off. Take it outside. Take it outside. We don't want background. We don't need it. So switch it off. Now, you can see that the moment you took it off, you can't see anything anymore. NEPA is taking lights. Do you understand? You can't see any label, nothing. So what we're going to do is we're going to change. So click on visual. Then we're going to change the font to white so we can see it more better, a lot better. So I'm going to start with the x-axis. I'm going to start with the x-axis. Then I'll drop down for the x-axis. You see I have values in here. Click on values. You see the color is kind of black. Okay, I'll change it to white. And you see everything now is white. Do you see? All right. This title, I don't want a title. I already know 2017 is the year. I already know 2018 is the year. I don't need this title of year anymore. I don't need it. So switch it off. Okay. All right. So that is the x-axis essentially. The legend, okay, also the legend. You can see, you can't see the name of the legends, okay? So text, you can see the text is what? I'll change it to white, all right? And instead of bottom left, I'll bring it down. I'll bring it down to bottom center, bottom center. So it's in the middle, okay? So I can easily read that blue is average open and this sticker blue is average. I'm still going to change these colors because these are not the colors I want. All right. So once I'm done with that, the next thing I'm going to change is the ribbon. Okay. Because it's a ribbon chart, isn't it? It's a ribbon chart. So I'm going to change the ribbon color. I'm going to use two different colors. I'm going to use a light reddish or pink. And this, I'm going to use a thicker red. Okay. And you see now it looks more appealing to a very large extent. All right. The header, I'm going to change the color of the header so it is white and I can see it very well. So click on the chart, click on format your visual, general, click on general, click on title, then text, I'll change it to white and I'll reduce the font to 12. Okay. I'll reduce the font to 12. So that's basically what I'm going to do. And now I have my first visualization. I have my first visualization. So if you want to add a label to it, you can add a label. So click on your visual, click on format your visual, click on data label and switch it on. Okay, so you can see the opening price, the average open is 32,000. The average close is 30,000. So you can see there's always a drop. There's always a drop. When you open and you close, price has dropped. When you open and you close, price has dropped. So that's why you can see the average price open is higher than the average closing price. Okay, and this is real time. This is taken from directly from Yahoo Finance. This is real time. Do you understand? All right. So I don't need to start creating charts every single time. I don't, because I've formatted this one. I like the way it looks like. I don't need to stress myself. I will just do what? I will just copy and paste it. So you see this visualization, all right? You see this visualization. I'll just Control C, Control V to copy and paste, and I will drag it to this place. I'll drag it down here, all right? Now for this one, I am not doing, I'm not sorry. I'll go back. Okay, so for this one, I'm not doing the same thing. I'm doing something else. I want to see the relationship between high price and volume. I want to see the relationship between high price when there's an average high price and what happens with volume. When there's high price, what happens with volume? So I'll cancel all these things out. I'll cancel everything out. I would only leave the date and the year. I'll leave the date and the year, but I'll cancel the rest of those things out. Okay, so I'll click on average I and average volume. Now, I'm not using the ribbon chart for this one. I will change from ribbon charts. I'll click on the chart and I will change it to a line and stacked column chart. I'll click on this and I'll change it from a ribbon chart to a line and stacked column chart. So, okay. Now, when you have average I, okay, when you have average volume, and average I, drag average volume to line y-axis. So now you have it line y-axis. You have the line in y-axis. So your line is your volume, and your bar, your column, your bar is what? Is high price. So you can see that anytime there's a high price, there's high volume. Anytime there's a high price, there is a high volume. And anytime there's a low price, you can see the moment price drops, volume has also dropped. You can see in 2022, the volume has dropped, price has dropped, volume has also dropped. People are not buying. Do you understand? People are not buying. Essentially, that's what it means. All right. I don't want the label, so I'll switch off the label for this one. I don't want the label. I don't want the grid line, and I don't want this title over here. I don't need it. So I would adjust it a little bit. I would adjust it. So click on the chart, click on format your visual. All right. Where you have legend, okay, no, let me start from x-axis, okay? From x-axis, all right, white is core. I think the x-axis is actually good. The y-axis on the other hand, values, I'm going to change it from black to white, okay? From black to white. Title, I'm going to switch it off. Title for y-axis. Title for y-axis, I'll switch it off. Switch it off. This is just formatting, nothing serious. There's no technical thing here. We've done the technical stuff already. All right. So this is just formatting. Data label, I don't want, switch it off. Then grid lines, switch it off. Grid lines, see grid lines here, switch it off. I don't want grid lines. Then the color, I'll just change the color to match the color I want to use. You understand? It's essentially everything. Then you see your line, I'll change the color of the line to, instead of thick blue, I'll use thick red. All right. Then for the bar, the column, all these blue columns, I'll change it from blue to light red. All right. So I can see it. All right. So you see, anywhere there's a B, when the price increases, you see volume also increases. All right. And I'll see a lot of volume down here in 2022 compared to 2020. 2021 instead of 2022. And you can see it arising. It has been rising, volume has been increasing over the years, but in 2022, boom, buy the dip, all of you. I'm not saying you should buy it, I'm not an investor, so don't go and buy dip and say if you may not say you should buy dip, nah at all. So I'm going to copy this visualization, okay? Like I said, once you create the first one, you don't need to stress yourself. Just copy, paste, that's all. So I'm going to copy this visualization, this one here, copy and paste it, move it to this side, adjust it. I'm going to change it like I did for this one. I'm going to change it. So copy and I'll move it to this place. I would remove all these things here. I will remove everything. I would only leave the year, only the year. I will leave only the year there. Then I want to see volume by year. I want to see the volume. I'll click on average volume. I'll drag it to column, all right? So I want to see volume by year. So I can see in 2021, there was a lot of volume, isn't it? I'll change it to a donut chart, actually. So I'll change it to a donut chart, I'll change it to a donut chart. So I can see my average on a yearly basis. So if something is happening, I can see it real time. What's happening in 2022? Is my volume increasing? Is it decreasing compared to 2021, compared to 2020, and the rest of it? So now currently, I will just I will just add labels and all those things, little formatting, and that's all. So I'll click on my donut charts. I'll click on this, format my visual. You see data label, okay? I will switch it on. Okay, switch on data label. Where you have values, I'm going to change it to white. Okay. Then where you have label content, I'm going to change it I'll change it to category and percentage. Category and percentage. Okay, and that's it. Then this legend, I don't need legend because I don't need it because everything has 2022. You can see everything. I would increase the size of my chart a bit so that I'll increase it a bit so my percentages can show very well. Okay, perfect. Now you can see my average price, average for 2020. You can see average for 2021, 34%. The average volume, 2022 takes more. In 2021, Bitcoin had the highest volume in 2021. All right, followed by 2020. Then in 2022 is 18% currently. 2019 was 12% in terms of volume. Okay, volume. All right, so majority of the volume for Bitcoin happened in 2020. A lot of it happened in 2021. That's basically what it means. All right. So now we're almost done. All right, we're almost done. I'll just drag it. I want to filter by date. So I want to filter by date. So what happened in 2021 January? What happened in January 22? Do you understand? We have 5 years worth of data. So I need to be able to filter on certain dates to know what is happening. Okay, I need to know. Somebody said nothing good comes easy. How did you? Okay, don't worry. It's actually once you try this, once you're listening now and you try this by yourself, you'll be like, this is absolutely simple. All right. And you see everybody doing this thing and you think that it is hard, it is scientific. It's actually very easy. Do you understand? So now the next thing I have 5 years worth of data. I want to be able to filter on, maybe I want to see only 2021 to 2022, or maybe 2022 to 2019. You want to filter on those dates so you can do further analysis to see trend and all those things. So I'll bring in the year. Do you understand? I'll bring in the year. So you see what we have here. You see this what do you call it? This is a slicer. Okay, it's actually easier than my poor brain was thinking. It's actually simple. Yeah, that's the funny thing. That's why we have this masterclass to tell people you can start it. Like you can get a job as a data analyst. It requires nothing. So all right. So you see this slicer. Click on slicer. All right. Then I'll drag it to where I have it here. I will resize it to fit this box up here. Okay. Then dates, drag it the way we drag people. drag it into fields, okay? All right, and you see, now I can drag, you see, this is from 2017 October. This is from 2017 October to 2022. This is to 2022. That's to today, like currently, this is today's date, 17, okay? All right, so it's almost gonna be midnight where I am. So I'll try and not waste too much of your time, okay? I'm almost done. You can see we're almost done with the visualizations. All right. So you can filter on the date to say that, okay, do you know what? I only want to see from 2019. So if I take it January 2019, I'll take it from January 2019, 1st of January, what's my date? Let me just start from it. This is 18th of 2nd, 5th of, okay, this is the first week in January 2019. So you can see it has filtered the entire data from, currently it's now 2019 to 2022. You can also take it to 2020. All right, let me just take any month in 2020, okay? So I'm going to take number 1, yeah. So first week in 2020, you can see everything I've adjusted to show 2020 to 2022. All right, so you can see all these things that's happening. You can filter just, on any month, day, month, year. We have 5 years. Do you understand? We can do anything we want. We get 5 years worth of data. We can do anything we want. All right, so we can just drag it to the set. All right, so we can see the trend. This is 5 years. All right. So essentially, the only thing I'm going to do with this is I want to switch off the background. I don't like that white background. I would switch it off. Do you get? I'll switch off the white background. So click on the slicer, click on format your visual. Then you see where you have effects, switch off background. Now you can see you cannot see these things very well because they're black, and I'll just change it to white. So you see where you have values, okay? Change it to white, and you see everything changes to white. So basically that's fine. I'm okay with that, all right? Now, the only thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring in the values, average price, so that everybody can see it. Stock markets, you want to see what's the average opening price, the average closing price. You want to see it, all right? So I'll just bring in those prices over here. So you see what we see? We have this card. Click on it, click on the card view, okay? Then I'll drag it to the side here. The first thing I want is the average opening price, average opening price, average open. I'll drag it to fields, okay? And you see it now, this is the average open price. For 5 years, the average opening price is 19,000 for Bitcoin. The average opening price for Bitcoin in 5 years is 19,000.6, okay? So I would reduce the font. I'll reduce the font so that it can fit into the box. Currently, it can't fit into this box. It can't fit into this box, you can see. So I'll reduce the font size and do some other things, just formatting, nothing serious. So I'll click on the form, I'll click on the card, click on format your visual, okay? You see colored value, you see this category label, switch it off, switch it off. You see you have a white background, switch it off. Effect, switch off background. You see you have this, the text is in black, change it to white. You see it's just formatting. It's just like you're doing formatting. Change it to white. Then reduce the font, reduce the font. I'll use probably a 25. Okay, okay, no, 300. 3,000, okay. What am I using that for? 25, use a 25, and I'll reduce the 25 to that. And that's all. And I'll drag it into the box. Okay, so this is it. This is basically the average opening price. I'll copy and paste and drag it down. Boom. So instead of this is opening, average open. This is average open. Okay, this is average open. This is going to be average close. This is going to be average close. So I'll click on this. Okay, instead of open, I'll change it to average close. Okay, so this is the opening and this is what is closing. All right, copy, paste, drag down. Then average I. I'll drag average I. I'll copy, paste, drag down. Instead of average I, I'll change it to average low. Copy, paste, drag down, okay? And this one, last one is what? Average volume, okay? This is 753.0 billion, okay? That's a lot, average. And you can filter by year, like I said, okay? So if you filter by year, everything adjusts, okay? So as at in 20, from October 20, from the 1st of October to the 10th of 2018, 11th November, that's 10th of November 2018, the average price was just, average opening price was 12K, $8,000. Do you get? So essentially, this is basically what we're going to be working with. We're almost done, okay? So the last thing is we obviously need to label these things. We need to put average open, average. We need to put like a title for those boxes. We need to put a title for those boxes. All right. All right. So we're going to put it here. So click on insert, click on insert text box. Okay. So we're going to put a text box and I'm going to call this what? Average. I'm going to type in average, AVG, average open. That's the first thing I did. That's the first one I did, average open. Okay, so I'm going to drag it. I'll drag it to this place here. But you see, it has a white background. I have to do a little bit of formatting. So click on it, click on the text box, effect, switch off the background. The font size, I'll change the font to white so you can see it very well. I'll change the entire font to white. Okay, maybe bolden it a bit. That's all. That's basically what I want to do. Now center align it so it's in the middle. So average open is there. I'll copy, paste. You understand? And that's basically what we're going to be doing throughout. Instead of average open, average close, right? Copy, paste, okay, drag down. You can see it's just easy. Once you finish one, average I. Then the next one is average low. You can see we are done, literally. Average low. Then the last one is average volume. Okay, you drag it down and you have average volume. Boom, shakalaka. Average volume. Beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful. And this is just done in 2 hours, like less than 2 hours. Okay, it's less than 2 hours. We're almost, the only visualization we want to do now is we want to forecast Bitcoin prices. Don't tell anybody, everybody, people that have gone to sleep, don't wake them up, please. So that when we're cashing out, they won't say that we didn't carry them along. So please, we want to forecast Bitcoin prices. Okay? Don't wake anybody that has slept, leave them, let them sleep. Okay? We that we are serious, let us talk to ourselves. So let's forecast Bitcoin prices. What's Bitcoin price going to be before the end of the year? What is Bitcoin price? I'm whispering though, so we don't wake up all those people. I'm whispering. What is Bitcoin price going to be before the end of the year? Okay. Let's do our forecast. Okay, let's do our forecast. All right. Let's do our forecast. So I'm going to copy this chart. Like I said, just copy. Don't disturb yourself. Copy and paste. All right. Copy and paste. Then drag it. Drag it. The way we did drag people for Twitter. Drag it to this place also. All right, drag it, let it consume this place. I'm going to remove all this. You know, I always tell you I'm going to remove it, so don't worry. I'm going to remove those things at the side. I'm going to remove all this, the values in there. Drag it so you can see the entire trend. Okay, so I'll remove average volume, cancel, okay? I'm going to change it to a line. You see this line chart? Change it to a line chart. I'm going to change it to a line chart, okay? Now you see where you have average what? Average closing price. I'm going to predict the average and I'll drag it to the y-axis, average close. So now you can see it, Boom, the trend in 2020. Boom, it increased in 2021 and is dropping in 2022. All right. So this date, I will also remove the date. I'll remove the date. I'll show you. I'll show you. Just cancel it out. Then bring it back in again. Bring in the date. Take it outside, then bring it back. This time around, I want it to happen on a year and month basis. So I'll cancel quarter and I'll cancel day. Okay. So I want it on the date, that's on the year and month basis. Average close on the month, like January 2019, February 2019. Those are the things I want to know. Then I would click on this. This is to drill down, to expand it, to make it. So currently you can see it is only year 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2022. I'll now drill down. I'll drill down. So I want to see the month. This is currently on the year. I will drill down so I can see it on a, you can see the trend now on a monthly basis. What's happening on a monthly basis? What's happening on a monthly basis? Okay, so you can see 2022 now. We are currently in September, and you can see there it is currently 19,000. I will refresh it when I'm done, and you see it will confirm to the current price of Bitcoin at the moment. Okay, don't worry, I'm coming. All right, so looking at this, okay, this is a blue line. I don't want blue line, okay? I don't want a blue line. It doesn't match with the colors I've been using so far. So that's the first thing I'll change. I'll change the color, which is, I'll change the line. Click on format your visual, okay? Click on line, okay? Then color, I will change it from blue to what? To light orange. I'll use a light orange, okay? So it matches the colors I've been using so far, all right? So that's the line. And also markers, I'll add marker, okay? I'll switch it on. So you see all these dots, dot, 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 dot. Those are the markers I'm talking about. So you can see it, those dots represent the month. So you see these dots now represents 2021 May. These dots represents 2021 June. So you can see it on a monthly basis. So those dots represent the month. So I want to see those dots. Okay, I can reduce the size of the dots. I'll put it as 3. Okay, and I'll change the color to white of the dots so I can see it easily. Okay, or maybe I'll change it to a thicker red. I'll change it to red. Beautiful. I think I like this. This is good. It looks like snake and ladder. Like we know what you do with the play snake and ladder. Don't tell anybody. All right. All right. So you can see it now. You can see it from 2017. You can see the trend. You can legit see the trend of Bitcoin in 5 years. This is what you have done. Now let's create our forecast. Let's create our forecast. What is Bitcoin price going to be in the next 12 months, in the next 3 months? Do you get? Let's do the forecast. Let's do our forecast. So click on this. Click on your line charts. You see this thing that looks like a microscope. That looks like a magnifying glass. Sorry, like a magnifying glass. So you see, add further analysis to your visual. Add further analysis to your visual. This is not something that any person that doesn't know what is doing will teach you. This is what see our name. We are legit analytics. We are analytics. All right. We eat analytics, bread and butter every day. When we wake up, we eat analytics for breakfast. So this is what we do. Further analysis. That's what we're going to teach you. So let's click on the line chart. Then come here to click on further analysis. Further analysis. Okay. Now just scroll down. You will see forecast. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. Okay. Forecast. Click on forecast. Switch it on. Switch it on. Okay. Once you switch it on, you see it's just giving you a straight line. It's just giving you a straight line, and it's likely going to predict the same price across. Do you understand? Okay, the forecast value is just 19,948 across. Is the same forecast. That same forecast one, you see it here, forecast one is 19,948. So it's telling you that the price will remain the same from today till to the end period, which does not make sense. Okay, and that's why I tell you that. Don't worry, I want to teach you how to do it. So we're going to add some features to it. Okay. So how long should we forecast? How long in the future? Should we forecast 1 year? Let me ask you guys, okay? Let me ask you guys, should we forecast from top to bottom? How many months? 3 months, 6 months? Yours will have, don't worry, you have it. 3 years, that's too much, don't worry. You can do 3 years, it's not a problem. But I want something shorter. Let's say in the next 6 months, okay? 6 months, Oluwakemi, be like say we did, Gundare, 6 months, shorter. Let's look at 6 months. So you see now, when you click on forecast, okay, you switch it on, you will see points, okay? Change it, is on a monthly basis. Your forecast is on, you can see it, the trend is on year and month. You can see it on a monthly basis. This is what? This is January, this is February, this is March. You can see the trend is on a monthly basis. So instead of points, I will change it to months. I'll change it to month. So if I'm going to forecast it on the month, and I want to forecast length, it's asking for the forecast length. So this is 10 months currently. I will reduce it to 6 months. So I want to see it 6 months into the future. 6 months into the future. That should be in October, November, December, January, February, March. So that is in March till March next year, 6 months in the future. Okay? Ignore last. Don't worry, leave that one alone. Ignore it. Don't worry, leave it alone. Seasonality. Okay? How many? It's on a monthly basis. Okay? So we have 12 months in a year. We have 12 months in a year. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Those are all months. So don't worry, we can't go into in-depth discussion about seasonality. It's a bit more advanced than that, but just because of it's just a short time. So I'll put in 12 to tell you I'm capturing 12 months in a year. I'm capturing seasonality every month in a year. Do you understand? Confidence interval, I'll leave it at 99%, 95%. I'll leave it at 95%. Then once I'm done with adjusting units to month, forecast length, I'm doing for 6 months. Seasonality, I kept it 12, so meaning that I'm doing it on a monthly basis. All right. And I will do what? Confidence interval at 95%. So once I'm done with that, I'll click on apply. I'll click on apply. Now you see it is more curved. Okay, this is more. You can see the price increased here to 26,000, and it's telling you it's going to increase to 26,000 in February 2023. February 2023, and in March it's going to be 24,000. This is what Power BI is forecasting. Okay, so even in November it's going to reach 19,600. Okay, in December it's going to reach 2,800, and the rest of it. So you see this black line. Let's do a little bit of formatting to that line, so that we can see it very well. I'll change the color to, let's say a light orange. All right, so you can see the forecast. You can all see the forecast very well. Or maybe you use another color. Let's see another color. Let's see purple. Let's use our normal color, so we know that we are forecasting. You understand? All right, or maybe black. I don't know, black is not looking better. Or maybe white. Let me look at white. All right, let's leave it at white. Let me leave it as white. Okay. So once I'm done with my forecast, I've done my forecast. You can see now I forecasted till September. So if you want to forecast till the end of till the end of next year, you will do 12 months. So apply. You see it increases. You can see the trend. So it's likely going to be trending within 19,000 to, it even reduces or more. The price is not looking like it's going to increase based on Power BI. Okay, this is just Power BI carrying out its forecast. Okay, so I can change it back to 6 just for, because we all chose 6, so I'm going to leave it at 6. Okay, and that's literally almost the end of it. All right, the only thing I'm going to add is data labels. Okay, I'm going to add data label, switch it on. Data label, and I'll switch it on values. I'll change the value from gray to white. Okay. This is the average volume, isn't it? Average close, average closing price. Okay. So instead of million, I don't want it in millions. I want it in thousands. I want the volumes in thousand. Volume display, I want it in thousands. Okay. Decimal points, I want 0 decimal points, press enter. So I can see the price. You can see it in this particular time. This was October 2021, it was 61,000. the average close price was 61,000. Okay, and you can see it declining ever since then. Hasn't gotten back to that level. So essentially, that is basically what we have done today. Okay, that's basically what we have done today. Okay, so I'll just put my header in front. I'll drag this down a bit. Okay, so I can put my header. Okay, boom. So header, I'm going to copy this one, copy paste, and drag it to the top. And I'm going to give it an header. I'll say 10 analytics, Bitcoin 5-year, Bitcoin 5-year trend performance analysis, analysis. Wow. Boom shakalaka. That's it. Okay. Analytics, Bitcoin 5-year trend performance analysis. 5 years. I'll increase our size because maybe I'll reduce it a bit. Analytics. I'll bring it back here. Right. So, and that's it. Basically, we have done this. If I refresh this now, you see, if I refresh this now, I click on home and I click on refresh. I click on refresh. Sorry. You see now it's refreshing. It has gone to Yahoo. It has dragged in the file. The same those things that we did earlier, that it went to drag the file into Power BI. It has legit done the same process. So if I click on refresh, it will go to Yahoo. It will run to Yahoo. Yahoo, please give me your data. To collect the data and dump it into Power BI. Do you understand? So legit, that is exactly what we have done at the moment. Okay. So please, I want you guys to take out time. Okay, when you get the recording, please create your analysis. Create yours. I want to see your own. I want to see what you can do. And you see, we did it in under, we did it under 2 hours. Do you understand? And basically, that's what we're going to do. That's basically what analytics is all about. Now, when you think about it, you see, let's drag this a bit. And you see everything we update to those dates. You see, you drag it to the side a bit, everything updates to it. So you can now see it on a yearly basis. If I look at it 2021, let's say 2021 to 2022, first week in, yes, this is the first week in 2021 to the current date, which is 17. Currently it's 18 already. So if you see dragging down, you see it is trending downwards, but you can see now, forecast is 44,000. You can see it drops again to 25,000 in January, and it increases a bit in March 2023. So, you can do your analysis to find out all these things. And we've done our forecast, we've done so much. So essentially, this is basically data analysis. And this is why companies, organizations, tech firms, startups are looking for people that know how to use data, that know how to tell a story, that know how to use data analysis. Do you understand? That know how to use data analysis to answer critical questions about the business. That know how to use data analysis to answer critical questions about the business. Now, the key question you ask me now is, Efemena, how can I start? I love this, your training. You've done well. You've done this. You've done that. I can see all the analysis. I can see all this. How can I get started? That is basically the next question, isn't it? I am an engineer. I am a solicitor. I'm a lawyer. I'm a this. I'm a that. How do I become a data analyst? That's what you're asking yourself. Okay. Now let me answer those questions for you because it is easy for you to get started. Now I'm going to ask you 4 questions. I'm going to ask you 4 critical questions, and be true to yourself. All right. Nobody will lie to you. You can't lie to yourself. Do you understand? Okay. Do you know how to solve problems? Now I asked this question to somebody. One of the training we did a while back, and I asked the person, "Do you know how to solve problems?" And the guy was like, "Oh yes, I know how to solve problems." That there was a time in my office that Shade and Kike, they were fighting, And as a problem solver, I pulled them aside. I told Kike, I asked Kike what was the problem. I tried to get the problem from Kike, and I asked Shade, what is the problem? And I was just looking at him like, Oga, that is not the kind of problem I'm talking about. So when I'm talking about problem solving, okay, when I'm asking about, when they're talking about problem solving, you're not asking about you're not asking about conflict resolution, how you're a mediator. That's not the kind of problem we're looking at. We're looking at critical business problems. How can do you know how to solve critical business problems? Now, if you don't know, it's good. It's fine if you don't know it. The answer is no, all right? Then we're going to teach you how to, you will learn the techniques to how to, solve problems, all right? That's what you're going to learn. You will learn how to solve problems, using problem solving techniques. Now, after you finish that particular aspect of the training, you would obviously be able to answer yes to this question, okay? Do you know how to solve problem? After you've taken the training program, you answer yes. Yes, I've taken the program. I know how to solve problem. Then we move to the next thing. Now, do you know how to use Excel for data analytics? Now, a lot of people think Excel is just for data entry. No, at all. Excel is a powerful solution. It's a powerful application that you use for data analytics, data visualization, data wrangling, data, a lot of anything you want to use it for. All right. So, do you know Excel specifically for data analytics? Your answer no, because you're true to yourself. Okay. Then you learn Excel. We're going to teach you how to use Excel for data analytics, data visualization, data wrangling, and so much and so on. So once you finish that particular aspect, you now come back, you ask yourself the same question. Do you know how to use Excel for data analytics? You answer yes to that particular question. Okay? Then when you move on, you now ask yourself, do I know SQL? SQL or SQL, if you don't know what SQL is. Do I know SQL? And you're like, oh, I've not heard of it before. I don't know it. No. Then we'll teach you how to query database with SQL. So SQL means structured query language. Structured query language. Now, you see all those traditional worshippers, in order for them to, tell rain to fall, what would they do? They would chant incantation, all right, to their gods, okay? Then rain will fall. Do you understand? Now, in order for you to get data from the database, all right, in order for you to get data from the database, what would you do? You need to also converse. You need to also write your incantations, or SQL in this case. It's called structured query language, so that data will fall on you. Do you understand? So you can start your analysis. All right. So SQL basically allows you to interact with database to get data from the database. So that is SQL. Okay. That is essentially what SQL is all about. So do you know SQL? After you do the training on SQL, then you ask yourself the same questions. Do you know how to use SQL? You answer yes. Then you now know, do you know business intelligence? Okay. Then you answer no. Then we teach you how to use Power BI for business intelligence. And like I said, the BI there is business intelligence. All right. And that's essentially what we're going to be talking about. Okay. So basically, when you become a professional, all right, and you can answer yes to all these questions, then you're a superstar. You can now work with Facebook. You can now work with, you can work with Google. You can work with Tesla. You can work with all these tech companies that you feel like they are over, they are only for the smart people. All right. You can work for all these tech companies. Okay. So, and I want to show you some people that have gone through our training program that have actually gone on to become successful in their careers. Transition, okay? Like total transitioning. We have people that have transitioned as a lawyer. We have people that have transitioned as a doctor, and you see this kind of, this is the reason why we have created this platform, so that it is easy for you to become a data analyst. And we are happy for you to become a data analyst. Don't worry, Grace, you don't need Python for anything yet. All right. So I'm going to be Abibat, yeah. Do we have the people that want to, share their experience about the training program briefly? If we can have them. How long does it take to become a master? It takes you just a few weeks. It takes you about just a few weeks, and we can guarantee you will get a job. Okay, we can guarantee you will get a job after the training program. Abibat, are you there? People that want to speak.
Yes, I'm here. I'm just going to get Adebimpe to come on board.
Adebimpe. Okay, Adebimpe. Adebimpe, are you there? I don't think I can see Adebimpe here. All right. So while we wait for people to join.
Okay. So sorry if I think we can have Vera go first, then Adebimpe will come next.
Okay, Vera. Okay. Vera, please, if you're there, you can unmute yourself. I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself. Yeah.
Okay.
And if you want to turn on your video, we can
Hello?
see you.
Can you see me?
Your video is not on.
Okay, 1 second. I'm trying to, okay, yeah, now I have the thing, okay. Start my video. Great.
Okay. Good to see you, Vera. It's good to see
Oh,
you.
hi. Good to see you as well. Okay, so this is actually last minute. Really last minute. Okay, so basically, my name is Vera, and I'm actually here in Ontario, Canada. So my path to this is actually very, very different. I'm actually in the legal pathway here in Canada, so I actually want to become a lawyer. However, I always wanted to be proficient in Excel. But in spite of that, I remember in my resume, I always had proficient in Excel, Microsoft Outlook, everything, but I really wasn't, because when I really went to the workforce, I saw that there's a lot I don't know. So this year, actually, just like in the last quarter, I decided to actually like be serious about the Excel thing. And luckily, I came across data analytics through Twitter. I was like, oh, okay, there's this interesting program. And they said, oh, they'll teach you about Excel. So I did the intro program as well, like the intro session, sorry. And then after attending the intro session, I realized that there's actually more to learn, not just Excel. So you could do like the SQL, the SQL thing, the Python thing, but we've not gotten there yet. So we're still learning anyway. So, and there's a lot more to learn about Excel that I really wasn't proficient in anything anyway. So and I'm still learning. So yeah, it's just brief and short. I would say it's worth it. Like my instructor, Adeza, he's really, really good and really nice and patient. And he teaches you like step by step, and you would get it. Even if you have multiple questions, you definitely get it at the end of the day. I've learned a lot in just like 2-3 weeks, and it's intense, but still what you think like is so complicated, because I remember like in my first job, I used to work with like a data analyst, but I wasn't in that role. So I used to see all the complicated formulas. I'm like, oh, how does he do this? Like it's so much, like how does he know where to put like this and do the VLOOKUP and everything? But we did that already, and it wasn't that complicated. So I'm really grateful to them actually. So yeah, that's what I say, just a brief.
Vera to the world, you know. You get Vera to the world. Thanks a lot for that wonderful,
Thank
wonderful
you.
feedback. Really appreciate your time, and thank you for sharing your experience also.
Thank you.
Appreciate. Abibat, who's the next person to speak about?
Okay, we can get Olugbemi now. Hi, Olugbemi, are you there?
Olugbemi, the superstar. Olugbemi. Okay. Yes, Olugbemi. Oh, big boy, big man thing. You get me?
Hi, can you hear me?
Perfectly, yes. We can hear you all.
Okay, hi everyone. So my background, I studied chemistry up to master's degree level. Then you know Nigeria now, I found myself in the bank. So I did banking for about 4 years. And when I got my PPR in March, I knew I don't want to do marketing again when I come to Canada. Tired of targets, I want to switch to something new. So before then, I'd been taking some Udemy courses on data analysis. And I remember when I met Adeza, I told him, I know this data analysis, I just need something like an internship. And it was like, okay, just go through this course. It's going to help you own your skills. I still remember the exact words he used. So I joined the team, and then I actually discovered I don't know much. So because they didn't just go into the tool, they started with problem solving, which is actually very, very key. Knowing the why behind the tools you're using, knowing the why is very, very important, not just going into the tool. So we started with problem solving, and then we moved to Excel. The Excel part really got me hooked, and I felt like, wow, I really needed to do this. So I made a sacrifice. I knew I was going to leave Nigeria soon. So I resigned from my job to face it squarely. So aside from the weekend classes, I was doing extra learning and everything. And just about 2 weeks ago, before contacting Adeza, I had passed my my aptitude test and first level interview with the company I applied to. So when they contacted me that I had been shortlisted for the technical interview, I quickly sent Adeza a message that, oh God, it don't happen, no. How will you help your boy? So we actually spent over 1 hour together, and he prepared me for the interview. Some of the questions he asked were repeated on the interview there. While some of them, there's a way you just tweak that answer you guys have prepared to the interviewer's question. There's a way, I don't know, there's a way that thing will just fit in. You won't know how, but there'll be a way it will fit in. That thing has happened like twice now. I don't know how that thing's happened, but anything you've prepared, you will find a way of using it on that interview day. So we spent about 1 hour, 30 minutes, prepared me, gave me some materials to prepare with, and I did the interview. So they're not just going to leave you hanging after the session. They're going to help you prepare with interview. And when it got to the recommendation part, he wrote a really strong recommendation letter. From even seeing that recommendation letter, I will employ myself. It was really, really strong. And I remember I missed out this. After the technical interview, they gave me a case study to solve and return to them. I also contacted him, and he helped me look at some of the questions, and he gave me ideas, and I put that in and I submitted. 2 hours after the case study, they just sent me a mail to send me 3 references. To send them 3 references. So I quickly contacted him. He wrote that powerful reference for me, and today I got the job as a business data analyst here in Edmonton, Canada. So it's really beautiful, and it's worth it, because if you look at the remuneration part, it's actually 1,000% of what I was earning in Canada. So to break it, what I was earning in Nigeria, I mean, to break it down, it's like times 10 of what I was earning back then in Nigeria. So it's really, really worth it. I started with analytics in April, and this is just September. So I don't think 6 months of sacrifice is too much to get to that next level, which I just started anyway. So thank you guys. That's all about me.
All right. Thanks a lot. You've been absolutely amazing, wonderful person. Wonderful, wonderful person. Adeza, do you want to add more to that?
All right, if you can hear me.
Perfectly, yes.
All right, I'm super excited to see you, Olubemi, and I'm very happy, with the fact that it's a case where Olubemi joined us, and his case was very, very clear. He told us what he wanted to achieve, and at the end of the day, he was able to achieve his goal. And Olubemi starting as a business data analyst, getting a job, and like he said, 1,000% times 10 of what you were earning. And trust me, Olubemi was not somebody that was earning very low when he was in Nigeria. Was earning very, very good amount of money. So just imagine what times 10 of that is. And for me, it's all about the fact that when the reference came in, the reference, they sent an email, can you provide a reference for Olubemi? What I do is every single thing possible to ensure that if the decision the company needs to take, if it lies in the reference, if that's all it takes for them to give that particular job to somebody that we have recommended, we won't fall short in that aspect. So what I did was we wrote a compelling and a very strong recommendation letter for Olubemi. And I mean, I was super excited when he got back to me and told me that, he had gotten the job. So we've helped so many people transition. And this is just one case of so many people that we have helped. And again, Olubemi, congratulations one more time. We'll get to meet one of these days. When I come to Canada, you take me out for lunch.
It's all right.
All
And
right,
this is one thing Thanks a lot for that, Adeza. Oh, so like Adeza said, yeah, this is just one in several other stories that we have, okay, that we can actually boast of to tell you that regardless of any background you're coming from, you can always get a job as a data analyst. Just trust us. See what we did in 2 hours, guys. See what we did in 2 hours. All right. We can always, you can do more. Imagine now when you attend the training program extensively, absolutely, there's no where you go to that you'll be able to get, you won't be able to smash the interview process. All right. So now this is also
Sorry, yeah.
okay.
So Adebimpe is here. Adebimpe is currently taking the class with us. You should also want to quickly share her experience. So Adebimpe, you can unmute yourself quickly. You can put on your video. That would be perfect as well.
I don't know if you can see me, but I've unmuted my mic and my video.
Yeah, you can see.
Yes,
yeah.
go ahead.
Okay, because I'm not seeing myself. All right, so my name is Adebimpe, and I actually came across 10 Analytics from Olu of Canada on Instagram. And before then, I had been thinking of what to do to transition. My background is chemistry, and I did a PhD in petroleum engineering, and I've been in the petroleum sector for over 10, 15 years, and as a business development person. But I had been longing for more. I wanted to transition to tech, but I didn't know how to go about it. This year, I started streamlining what I wanted because I was looking at software engineering, I was looking at data, I was looking at UI, UX, I was looking at a lot of things. But I was able to, streamline my decision to data based on my likes and my strengths. So I came across the masterclass and I attended, and I was wowed because I've always used Excel. I'm not new to Excel, but it was like, wow, I've not done this before. Neither have I seen this aspect of Excel before. So I was encouraged. But one key thing that made me decide to go with 10 Analytics is because I'm a research-based person. I search deep. I'm like the person I'm like Alice in Wonderland. Once I enter into a hole, I go down, 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 go through the tributaries, search everywhere to make sure I touch every area. And I have done that in trying to get, how to transition into tech and what to do. So, and one keynote that I brought out from it is that if you want to learn from people that already have industry experience, not just lecturers, not just people that are in the academics. Because I also joined a Python program before this, 10 Analytics, and I really didn't understand what they were teaching us. But when I joined the 10 Analytics, it was Adeza that took that class, Power BI class. I was wowed because everything he taught, I could relate with it. Everything he taught was easy, was something I could reproduce. So I made up my mind. I not only made up my mind, I told my friends about it, that, see, this one is real, join it. And sincerely, I must tell you, I don't know these people from Adam. The classes has gone far beyond my expectation. I am not scared again. I used to be like, data, transition to tech at this stage. It's a walk in the park now. And one other key take home for me in the classes is the fact that Adeza, our teacher, I've not seen a man as patient as he is. People ask stupid questions, people draw him back. I've never seen him get angry. He will say, okay, I will explain. In fact, I admire that strength. He would take you step by step. He explains to you like you can, when you know something is when you can explain to a 3-year-old and they understand what you're teaching. And that's what he does in class. There's not, even if you are the dumbest person, you will understand what is being taught. I also attend the full stack cohort taken by Femena, and I was confused on which to do, then, but I don't regret starting with data analytics, because it gives you all the foundation that you need to now move on, So, and the class is global. We have people from over 5 countries, in that class. So it's not a local thing. Now we can do, we are doing visualizations. We are building our dashboard tomorrow. I remember I did an assessment. Sorry, let me just bring this in. I remember I did an assessment in my search, or rather I came across an assessment in my search to go into a boot camp for data analytics. And by the time I opened the assessment, the first question I saw was, find the VLOOKUP number for this. I just closed the browser because I've never had that word before. I just closed the browser. I've registered, though. They gave me assessment. I just closed the browser and I was like, okay. They said you can still return back to your assessment after 5 days before it will close out. I closed the browser. I went to Google to search VLOOKUP. It didn't make sense to me. VLOOKUP is piece of cake for me now. It's piece of cake. I didn't know it was not even hard, but it looked like abracadabra that first time that I saw it. VLOOKUP is what I'm using to drink tea now. You know, so a lot of things that these things are actually not hard. That's the truth. These things are actually not hard. If you have another highlight for me is the watch me do it videos that they send. You know, you can't watch those videos and not be able to implement. It's not possible. You know, he sends watch me video for you to do it. And the assignment, oh my God, you cannot be in this class and not partake of what is going on. You have to do the assignments, and there's no way you do the exercise and do the assignment that you don't become good at what you're doing. So it's not, I don't regret the decision of taking that step. I really do not regret it. These guys are the real deal. They are not academias. They give you the actual, our projects are actually industry projects. Data gotten from the industries, those are the data we used for our projects. So it's like you're already working as a data analyst while in the class. So I would recommend anybody that is serious about going into data analytics to give this a trial, and you will not regret it.
Fantastic, brilliant. Thank you very much, Adebimpe. It's such a pleasure having you join us. It's so amazing. You know, I started to. Thank you.
You know, we had a long class this evening.
Yes, we had a long class today. Thank you very much, Adebimpe. So Adebimpe is currently in, the cohorts, and we did Excel, and we're moving into building the dashboard in Excel, like she mentioned, and it's been fantastic. Adebimpe is the one that would always stop me at the middle of the class to say, I have a question, I have a question, I have a question. But again, for us, it's all about being able to pass that knowledge. No question is, a lot of people would not ask questions in class. So the moment one person asks a question, I'm always very particular about answering that question, because guess what? Probably have another 5 to 6 people that have that same question but don't want to ask the question because
and there's something I forgot to mention.
Yes.
There's something I forgot to mention. He goes ahead to call the people that are quiet in class, saying, Absolutely. I've not heard from you. I've not heard your input. You've been silent. What do you think? Do you understand? As in the quiet ones in class, Adeza goes ahead to call their names. So it makes the class, everybody is involved. It doesn't leave the people. It doesn't leave people lagging behind. It drags those that are coming from the back. It brings them up to speed so that everybody's on the same page.
Absolutely.
That's another. Interesting. What's it called? Is it feedback? That's.
All right, fantastic. Thank you very much, Adebimpe. Again, we always ensure that everybody is on board. You can't be in the class and be quiet and just sleep through the class. No, that's not going to happen. We're going to ensure that you get value. You've paid money to be in that class. You get value for your money. All right. So thank you very much. We deeply appreciate you being here, Adebimpe. We know that you've dropped a lot to be here for us today. Thank you very much, Adebimpe, for that fantastic feedback.
You're welcome.
If I think I'll just hand over to you, and you can take over from here.
All right, yeah, so these are the feedbacks from people that have attended the training program and are still taking the training program. And one thing that we are absolutely proud about, and one key thing that Big said also, that was absolutely profound is the fact that you are not learning from people that learn online. You are learning from people that have quality hands-on experience. I have over 7 years experience, and these have equivalent to that also. And even the people that are going to be working with, they are all industry experts working across tech firms, across industries that you are all familiar with. Do you understand? So you are literally in the best hands possible. Industry experience that will get you a job. All right. This is also a maker. Maker also got a job with Western Union in the UK. All right. After completing the training program, did the interview, got the job. Do you understand? And he's living a good life now. You can see him drinking, water from his mug and he's enjoying it and sending us a message. Thank you for training us. And these are the kind of, that really benefit. Those are the kind of feedback that really, gets to us. And that's the essence of what we are doing here at Analytics to help more people break into that tech space, especially data analytics, to help them, get through the training program and eventually you get a job. The essence of you taking the training program is not just for you to upskill, it's for you to, scale, get a new job, get that new placement that you're looking for. All right. The same thing with Utsman, okay, just fresh out of school, attended the training program and did what? He got a job with NHS in the UK. All right, as a what? As a business intelligence officer. This is not a small role. And this is someone that just finished university, did the training program, and got a job with the NHS. NHS, if you're in the UK, all right, you would know that they are the largest in terms of their national healthcare services. You understand? So these are the kind of jobs that you would be getting once you finish the training program, not just with any other startup, not just with any other organization. All right, you're going to be getting jobs, and we have quite a number of success stories. All right, you can go to our YouTube page to view our testimonials and stuff like that. We have quite a number of them. All right, just Utsman. Now this is my guy. All right, Ubong Joseph. Yeah, currently in the UK also. Finished the training program. We did something for him. We did a LinkedIn optimization session, which is part of the training program. And I'll tell you, he said, he calls me almost every other day to tell me that thank God that he met Analytics. He said he blessed the day that he met Analytics, he met us at Analytics, because before he joined Analytics, just like every other person, just like you and every other person on the call, you have gone, you've done your research, you've actually paid money to some other institution. So like Ubong, he had paid money for one cybersecurity training, he had paid for some other, projects management courses and stuff like that, and didn't get as much, he couldn't get a job. He couldn't even get an interview. Do you understand? And after doing the internship, after doing the program, doing our growth internship, after doing the LinkedIn optimization session, and his LinkedIn was optimized, he got three requests for an interview that same week from PwC, from Deloitte, and from KPMG. Okay. Eventually got an offer with HSBC and currently works with HSBC. All right. So these are the things that you're going to be, these are the feedback. These are the kind of feedback that we get. Okay. And this is what we achieve personally as the organization. Because our aim is not just for you to pay for a training program, learn. The aim is for you to get a job, become employable so that you get a job as a data analyst anywhere in the world, anywhere you are. So we have people joining in from across the world. We have people who join from the UK, from across Europe. We have people joining from Germany, Russia, even from the training program that we are doing at the moment. We have people from Dubai, we have people from Canada, we have people from Nigeria, we have people from across the world. And like Big Bay said, that's the benefit of it. You're not just learning in your local environment, you're learning from industry experts across the world. Do you understand? So this is also Ayoade, also got a job in the UK. So we have quite a number of them that have gotten a job in the UK, quite a number of them. And in terms of getting your advanced degree, a lot of universities, especially if you're moving from Nigeria, or even if you're in the UK or you're in Canada, all right, and you want to get a job, you want to get your advanced degree, and the university is requesting you to have prior experience in that particular field. Someone like Folake, she has quite a number of years of experience in IT consulting. Do you understand? But she doesn't have that required. She wanted to do a master's in one of the top universities here in London, right? But she couldn't get it because she doesn't have any work experience in data science. She wanted to do bioinformatics and data science. Do you understand? But she doesn't have that experience. So she opted for a training program in which she did, and eventually she was able to get, a master's degree, admissions into, the London-based university, one of the top universities in London. So these are the kind of things that we help you achieve, achieve a career, education, transition, whatever goals that you're looking at, we would help you achieve it. That's our job. All right, just trust us to do that for you. Do you understand? So we have people, on the call. Somebody said she was the person from China. We have people from Malaysia. So also we have Crystal, one of our participants that joined us from China, and she currently is a PhD holder from, I don't know how to pronounce the name, so I won't try to pronounce the Chinese university. And she joined, and she has been doing great things in China at the moment. Right? Same thing with Afolakia, same thing with Aisha. So there are quite a number of testimonials out there that we can keep showing you, and literally we'll be on a call for the rest of the evening. Do you understand? So essentially, what we're trying to tell you is we have a program that is called the Career Skill Incubator Program. And it is specifically designed for you. Okay? It's specifically designed for you to start your job as a data analyst. And I asked you in the beginning, what experience do you have? You mentioned so many, banking, engineering. Those are the experience. Those things are the things you need to get started. Even if you don't have any experience, that is the thing that you need to get started, all right? So you ask yourself, like I told you already, how do you get started, all right? You start with problem solving, you move. You can see it's a step-by-step approach. It's a tailored, structured learning approach that we have designed to ensure that after the training program, you see what we did in 2 hours, my guy. Like, you see what we did in 2 hours. You have no doubt that if you go through the training program, you will become a superstar. You will bamboozle anybody anywhere you go to. So you start with problem solving, you transition to Microsoft Excel for data analytics, data visualization, data wrangling, data preparation. You go to Power BI, you perform the same thing. You go to SQL, all right? You move to synthesizing insights, and you move to data visualization. And essentially, these are the things that we're going to learn all through the training program. So that's why we call it the Career Skill Incubator Program. So essentially, we can guarantee you that once you finish the training program, you are on your pathway to get to the job, a full-time job in a tech firm that of your choice, all right? As long as you put in the work, you will get what you're looking for. All right? So problem solving is one class and is taught in 3 hours. Okay, this is the structure of the training program. This is how we are going to go about the training program. So problem solving is for 1 hour, for one class, and it's going to be taught in 3 hours. Microsoft Excel is going to be taught in 4 hours. So 3 hours per class, you have a total of 12 hours learning how to use Microsoft Excel for data analytics. Now, you same thing with Power BI, you also have 4 classes, okay? A total of 12 hours. A total of 12 hours. So you have enough time to learn Power BI for so many things. The same thing with SQL, you have it for 3 classes, all right? And you also be doing it for the total of 12 hours. Then another key thing is that synthesizing your insights. So at the end of everything, do you see what we just built, the dashboard we built? At the end of everything, you need to synthesize it. You need to be able to come up with critical business solutions, all right, that would drive business performance, all right? That whenever you give your recommendations, your reviews about certain things, you're going to, the CEOs, the C-suite executive, they would use your information to drive business performance, to increase revenue, to reduce costs, to make investment options and stuff like that. So that's the part of synthesizing insight that we're going to teach you. And basically that is just one class, and it's going to be for 3 hours. Now, also we have data visualization, one class, another 3 hours. So cumulatively, you're going to be learning, you can see the number of hours, okay, that you're going to be learning all through, learning different topics, learning different techniques, learning different applications, and so on, okay? The classes are on Saturdays between 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and on Sunday between 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. This is all in Toronto time. This is Canadian time, okay? This is all Canadian time, GMT -4, okay? So Saturdays between the time of 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and Sundays 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Now this class is going to start on the 3rd of September. It's going to start on the, okay, it's going to start on the
8th of
8th of
October.
October. It's going to start on the 8th of October, okay? So, like I said, this is additional, this is added advantage, this is you're not paid, this additional advantage, you're not, this is, part of the package of the training program, okay? So we have one-on-one CV review, one-on-one CV review. And I tell most people this, yeah, your CV is yourself in paper format. So when you are trying to woo somebody, yeah, what do? When you're going on a date, what do? You dress nice, you use the most expensive perfume, you wear the best shirts, you look nice, so to attract the person, so that the person will be like, oh, I like you, you look good. So how come your CV is not looking good? Because once you tender your application for a particular job, that is you in paper format. So is your CV wearing a suit and a tie, a tuxedo, or is it just wearing a torn singlet and a boxers? Do you understand? Your CV has to represent you. All right. So that's why we take CV reviews very, very important. And like I said, the whole lessons of you attending this training program is you getting a job eventually. So that's why we take this employability skills training very, very significant. We take it very important. So we have a one-on-one CV review. We also have embedded in the training program, we also have LinkedIn optimization by UK experts. All right, people across the UK, people in Canada, we work with you to optimize your LinkedIn because there are certain things, okay, that needs to be embedded. All right, like I said, there was Ubong, yeah, very cute. I mentioned his name already earlier. All right, after the LinkedIn optimization session that he performed, he did this and it was amazing. He said he got three recruiters reaching out to him, not him applying for a job. There's a difference. Them reaching out to him to say that, oh, we saw your LinkedIn profile and we feel your LinkedIn profile matches the job description that they are recruiting for. That is essentially what we are doing. That's the joy of what we are doing. Do you understand? One-on-one CV review, LinkedIn optimization by UK experts. We also have recommendation and reference letter. So these things are very important because majority of the employers you're going to be working with will want you to provide, previous experience where you worked. And if you don't have any work experience, fine and good. We are going to provide our recommendation letter that you worked with us. All right. Reference letter for universities, for any organization you want to go to. We also provide all that as long as you've attended the training program. Do you understand? So these are things you get for free for attending the training program. All right. So we have employability, a sample of reference letter. So this is one of the, Sterling check asking for a reference check. Do you understand? So and we are sending back to, the organization. Okay. So we're sending back the reference letter basically back to the organization that we have sent and forwarded the reference letter to the organization. So these are just samples of, emails that we received and we have done. And you can see this is what CA, that's in Canada. All right, we do for quite a number of people in the UK, in Nigeria, across the globe, Africa, across everywhere. That's what we do. All right, so you can see it here. They are Adeza Suleiman, that's Adeza. Okay, they are both named has been offered the post of Business Intelligence Support Officer and has been given permission for us to approach you for a reference. So we provide our reference letter. Okay, you have experience, you don't have experience, as long as you're taking our training program, we can guarantee to a large extent that anywhere you go to, you'll be able to perform. Hence the reason why we are confident in giving out recommendation and reference letters. All right, and we also do a very key session, how to navigate the job market, okay, in Canada and North America, in North American markets. So these are the things that we do. We bring experts across different fields, across data analytics, business intelligence, data science, come and speak with you on how you can actually get a job. All right. So these are all employability sessions that has been designed to ensure that there is no how you go through the training program that you would not get a job in 3 months, maximum ridiculously after you complete your training program. That's our KPI. In 3 months upon completion of the training program, you should have gotten a job. Do you understand? So this is why we have packed it with so many, employability sessions, CV review, LinkedIn optimization, recommendation and reference letter, and also how to navigate the job market in Canada, in North America, in Europe, and also in the other emerging markets. Do you understand? So we are going to do all these sessions to ensure that you get a job, fully remote, freelance, anything you're looking for. All these opportunities are there. But how do you access it? That is where we're going to be discussing it in how to navigate the job market. All right. So basically, this is a roadmap. You start with problem solving. Okay. You start with problem solving. You move to Microsoft Excel. You move to Power BI. You do your CV review. Okay. You learn Excel SQL. You do your capstone project and you get your certification. Now the capstone project is all the projects are going to be starting from Excel, from problem solving all the way to your capstone project are all industry projects, industry relevant. Okay. All right. All industry relevant industry projects, like industry projects, essentially. That's what you're going to be learning on. All right. So you see, you get 1 month free virtual internship. Okay. After completing the training program, you also get 1 month free virtual internship. Alongside that, you get CV review, LinkedIn optimization, navigating the job market, okay, reference letter, recommendation letter, interview preparation. So whenever you get an interview, we have experts that are going to work with you to ensure that you do well in the interview. So we prepare you for the interview. Just like every other person I've gotten a job through us, we work with them to get them those jobs that they're looking for. So it's a 3-month best-in-class premium training program, okay? 14 comprehensive classes over the span of 2 months and 1 month free internship. 1 month free internship where you'll be working on industry projects. And I will talk more about that in the growth internship program. So the growth internship program, you can choose to specialize, and this is the beauty of it. If you want to become a product analyst, I've always want to build projects around a project analyst. I want to become a product analyst. That's basically where you'll be learning in product analytics. I want to become an HR professional. I'm more of HR, so I want to do HR analytics. You can specialize the project, the internship to become an HR analyst. I want to become operations analytics professional. You can specialize. Supply chain, you can specialize. Data analytics, you can also specialize. So basically in the internship, you can specialize on the aspects you want to specialize. So product analytics, HR analytics, operations analytics, supply chain analytics, data analytics, you can specialize. Let me tell you one success story. Somebody got a job. This was also in Canada. This was about 3 months ago, okay? And she got an internship, okay? And the reason why she got this internship was because one of these case studies I was given. So it was the final level, okay? It was just 2 levels of interview. And the second level was with the management team. The CEO was on the call, CFO, and all major stakeholders within the organization had the interview with this lady. It was an insurance firm, okay? And they asked her, have you worked at any project, any insurance project? And she was happy to talk about one of the internship programs, one of our projects on the internship program, which we gave them a project to build, a sort of a predictive analytics solution that was able to detect fraudulent claims within an insurance industry, okay? And she was able to build a dashboard and walk them through what she did, how she was able to detect who is going to be fraudulent, who is not going to be fraudulent, and stuff like that. Those are the kind of case studies you're going to work on to tell potential recruiters, okay, that, oh, I have built this, I have worked on this project, I've done this. At the end of everything, your projects, your portfolios are what will speak for you anytime you apply for a job. And that is why we are more focused on that experiential approach where you work hands-on projects, real life hands-on projects. You will face it yourself, all right? We will guide you, no doubt, but you will build it yourself, all right? And that's the beauty of our Tenalytics Growth Internship Program. And it is free of charge as long as you attend the training program. Now you would ask me, if how much is this program? Please, I want to pay, okay? How much is the training program? Is at a token of 650 Canadian dollars, all right? And in USD, it is $500, and in Naira, it is 325,000 Naira. But now, I said I have a special offer for people that wait till the end, okay? I have a special offer for only people that wait till the end. And I will tell you this, please don't wake up anybody that slept or that was, don't wake up anybody, all right? this program is, we're running a discount for people that wait to the end of the session, okay? And it's discounted heavily for people that, discounted, in Canadian dollar, instead of you paying 650, you can actually pay 500 Canadian dollars. And you can pay in 2 installments, all right? You don't need to break the bank to pay 500 Canadian dollars all at once. You can actually pay in 2 installments, okay, of $500, 500 Canadian dollars. So first installment is 350 Canadian dollars. Second installment is 150 Canadian dollars. Also, for if you're going to be paying in dollars, you can also pay $400 in 2 installments of $300 and $100. Then you can pay a total of 250,000 naira, okay? And you can pay in 2 installments of 180 and 70,000 naira. Now, this is not open to everybody on the call. It's not open to over 200 people that are currently on the call. It's only available for the first 20 people. We like to keep our class, compact, and so we're only doing it for the first 20 people to register. Now, let me tell you what happens, okay? A lot of people wait. Okay, this class is starting on the 8th of October. The class is starting on the 8th of October. I will pay next week. But I can guarantee you this, okay? I can guarantee you these classes fill up before, before, this is Saturday. This is actually, this is 17th or 18th now, okay? I can guarantee you before Monday or Tuesday, ridiculously Monday morning, okay, these classes are going to be filled up, all right? So I will tell you now, if you want to take opportunity of this training program, you need to pay as fast as possible, all right? And you can, go to our website, check on what we're doing, go to our Instagram page, go to our LinkedIn, check out my LinkedIn, check out Data's LinkedIn, check out everywhere. Our links are literally everywhere for you to check, to confirm, all right? So you can see the wonderful things that we've done. You can see what we learned in 2 hours for free. Do you understand? And you can go back to the recording and see that, oh, I can learn this in 2 hours. I can learn this in 2 hours. Now imagine I'm learning with these people for 2 months. 2 months devotional learning in and out. Tell me how it's not possible for you not to get a job, okay, when you've learned everything you need to learn. So you're going to be learning from the best set of people. You can make installments in 2. You can make payment in 2 installments. 500 Canadian dollars. Start with what? 350. Pay 150. Then for USD, for $400, you pay $300, then $100. If you're going to be paying in naira, you can also pay 80,000 naira for the first installment, then 70,000 for the second installment. And I must say that it's only available for the first 20 people to make payments. All right, these are the account details, okay? The Canadian dollars, the Nigerian account number, and the USD, okay? So you can ask, I think I'll just take a few minutes to take questions. If you have any questions you want to ask, please feel free to ask the questions.
Okay, all right. So while we wait for questions to come in, Ife, so I'm just quickly going to mention, because I can see some people are asking questions on what's the estimated class size and so on and so forth. Now, typically, like Ifemena mentioned, right, the discount is available for the first 20 people, and you tend to see people hesitate, and at the end of the day, start scrambling, oh, can I also get the discount, and so on and so forth. So I'll give you a typical example. I think Adebimpe and Vera are no longer on the call with us. It's pretty late in Nigeria. Adebimpe is in Nigeria, so she must have gone to bed. Now, in the class, the current cohorts we have ongoing, we have 41 people in class, 41. And out of the 41 people in class, only 20 people got the discount to pay, the discount applicable to the first 20 people. The other 21 people had to make the full payment, okay? And like everybody who came in here to, say 1 or 2 things, from Olubemi that got a job, from Adebimpe that's currently, doing her training program, and from Vera that also, came to speak on how she's been able to learn new stuff and apply that to the job she currently does. If this is something you want to do, and what even makes it more amazing, like I said on the Instagram live session with Olu of Canada yesterday, for those of you that joined, if it's something you want to do before the end of the year, this is the best time to start, okay? So don't delay, don't hesitate. If it's something you want to do, take advantage of the discount and make the payments You don't need to make the full payment at once. You can make the payment in 2 installments, okay? You make the first installment, you get into the program, and then before the end of the program, you can make the balance payment eventually. Okay, so I'm going to take questions. We know that it's time fast spent, but again, we'll take all the questions you have. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask your questions, and if Emena and I will take all the questions you have to ask. Okay, so look into the chat and we await all the questions you have for us.
I think who has a question, so I would let him speak. So who, yeah, you can unmute yourself to ask your question.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Thanks for the class. I appreciate. I'm a quantity surveyor, though I'm not working currently because I actually learned electrical work after my graduation in the school so that I can put food on my table. But the class was awesome. I love it. I enjoyed it very well. But the money, I don't know. I know that you have a good stuff for us. I know. I'm seeing this for the first time. It's a very good stuff, sincerely. I love it. But that money is too much. Please, especially for us that are living in Nigeria now. Sometimes we find it difficult to eat even 2 times in a day here. Sincerely. The money is too much. For me,
Okay.
I can't, yes, and I want to learn because I love the packages. I don't know what you can still do for us, sir.
Is absolutely, because the people that we're going to be getting to training, all right, to train people are industry experts, people that have wealth of experience, all right, and these things don't come easy for us also, to be honest, all right. Now, one thing I tell most people is it looks like a lot of money currently, all right, 200 and it looks like you feel like you are paying a lot, 250,000 naira, or you're paying 500 Canadian dollar, but this is for 3 months. You're getting, training programs across different platforms, different technologies, and so on. Now, if you eventually get a job, So you can hear what, somebody said something, Olubemi that came on the call said something critical. He said his pay is over 10,000, 10,000% what was earning in Nigeria, and it was not any small. So now, do you think Olubemi is going to say that, oh, analytics, I paid you 500 Canadian dollars. Do you know what? I got more money. All right. I'm going to give you more money for, helping me get this particular job. It won't do that. All right. So we are the main thing that we're looking out for is so that you can get a job. Do you understand? So you can get a better job anywhere you find yourself. So don't look at the initial cost. It's an investment, all right?
All right.
Yeah, so essentially that's it.
Sorry, sir. Apart from this class that will start next month, is there any other class that will start again apart from that class? So that I can fully prepare myself for the next class. So
this is the last one for this year. This is our last program for the year. So any other program will be till next year, 2023. So if you're looking at starting something good next year, this is the best time for you to start. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate.
Thanks, Ibu. Appreciate. Thanks for your question. Also, very brilliant. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right. Are Abdul Razak. I'm gonna ask you to mute yourself. Okay.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Perfectly, Are. Yeah. Good morning.
Yes. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Femina. Thank you, Adeza, and every other person. I can see you're shaking. It seems you're tired too.
No,
actually, my question is, getting this whole package, it's not, the money is worth it, sincerely. It is really, really worth it, because I've done programs where you would pay maybe 20,000, 30,000, and what you get is something that was copied online and given to you. But from what I can see, I hope we'll get something better. But my question straightforward is, what if I want to take a part of this package, maybe sometime next year? Can I just do maybe Power BI, maybe just one part? Maybe I know Excel now, for example. I just want to take maybe Power BI or SQL I have other ones that I know I'm very good at. I just want to take one other one, and maybe what's it called? The CV, whatever, and the referencing writing for someone, things like that. Yeah, and I have other certification. I have Google certification for Excel and all of those things. So what do you have to say about this? Thank you.
Okay, very wonderful question. And I will tell you for free, yeah, is we have someone that joined. I'll use somebody's experience, all right? And I will share his profile shortly, okay? He is currently the head of one of the top banks here in the UK, attended our training program. This guy has over 15 years experience working in finance. And you know, finance people use Excel day in, day out, all right? He said he has not been, over 15 years experience he has been working and doing training. He has not seen an Excel training program that has been extensive as what he has done. And the same thing with even Big Bear that came on the call to speak. She said she's a business development person in energy sector, all right? And she's using Excel. And she has attended our training program. Forget Google certificates. Forget, those are basically something you did in 2 hours in 1 week and you're done with it. I can guarantee you that that is nothing close to what you learn in what. So don't forget it. Forget what you've learned, all right? We are revamping your knowledge in data analytics. The way we are revamping your CV, we are also revamping your knowledge, Excel, Power BI, SQL. You are going to be a guru. Do you understand? One of the feedback I'll share later is how you've learned something so well that when you do an interview, they would ask you, do you want to train the team? Because of the in-depth knowledge that you're getting. All right. So don't look at it and say, oh, I know Excel, so I want to skip Excel. So I'll move. Okay, I know Power BI. But what you're going to be learning is way, way more than what other people, what you think you know, is going to be way more than that. And I can guarantee you that for free. Okay. All right. So there is no package like that, Ari Abdul Razak, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Just ensure that you get the best from it.
Yeah, sorry, one thing on the face. So a couple of payments have come in. So please, if you've made payments, Adewale Akinola, and some other payments that have come in, please just take a screenshot and send the proof of payments to the WhatsApp number on the screen. So you see our WhatsApp number, just send a screenshot of your proof of payment, send it to us, and then we confirm your payments and send you a welcome kit. The welcome kit contains all the applications and all the materials you need for the training program, okay? So please just take a screenshot, send us a message to our WhatsApp number, and then we'll confirm your payments and get you into the program, all right? I can see some other people have their hands up, so let's quickly take more questions before we wrap up.
Yeah, so I can please go ahead.
Hi, Efe and Adiza. Thank you so much for this presentation. I really had actually enjoyed, I was able to follow along. So my question is, currently I work in compliance. I am like an AML compliance analyst, and I just wanted to ask, does this training take me entirely out of my field, or can I, while still remaining a compliance analyst, also go into other compliance roles with the training?
All right, beautiful, amazing question. All right, and maybe I was also add to this. So we have somebody that got a job. This was 2 weeks ago. Currently got a job. He just moved to the UK actually. All right, did a training program, and he got a job with Morgan Chase, JP Morgan Chase. Okay, JP Morgan Chase. I usually mix it up. All right, JP Morgan Chase, and he got a job as AML CFT analyst. Okay, attended our training program, and currently works as AML CFT analyst with JP Morgan Chase. Do you understand? Okay, so how did he get the job? Let me just tell you the fact. Banking in Nigeria, he was in banking, not just banking, though, customer service, branch operations, and stuff like that. That's what he was doing. All right, attended the training program. He knows data analytics. So what he said they needed, okay, because we prepared with him, I prepared with him to get the particular job. All right, essentially the JD is basically you have compliance skills, all right? And they're looking for somebody that can analyze data, all right? AML data, I don't know what kind of data they use. I'm not an AML person, but he was able to convince them that he has a skill set. They gave him a test. We did the test together. He got the test run. We did the test, did the presentation, and eventually got the job. So data analytics is literally that skill set that you need to complement your job, not really take you outside. And that's why I asked you something at the start of the session. What experience do you have? So currently, I am doing data analytics, but I'm more in the supply chain. I'm more of a supply chain analyst. I basically recommend systems. I'm a business systems analyst. I recommend data analytics solutions that will help facilitate supply chain. So somebody in healthcare would use data analytics to probably improve healthcare systems. Do you understand? So for AML, it's going to complement that skill set that you have already. You have experience with AML. So you are going to legit take Excel, Power BI, all the skill sets to complement your AML experience. Do you understand what I'm saying? And essentially it's just going to complement you, not really take you out. It's going to complement and enhance your skill set in that particular field itself. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
Yeah, so again, just to add to that, learning data analytics in addition to whatever skill you have is always a plus. And it's not necessarily like Ifemena has already mentioned, and I think he has clearly covered, that aspect, clearly covered the question. I know somebody who was a lawyer, for example, and then she joined our training program. She learned all these areas. She learned problem solving, Excel, Power BI, SQL. And what she did was not to deviate from her current profession as a lawyer. What she does today is she offers professional services to players within the tech ecosystem. So it's a lot easier for her to relate to companies, involved in technology, because she can speak to them from the point of knowledge. She has understanding on different areas in data analytics and so on and so forth. So it's sort of a skill that will complement what you already know and not necessarily take you out of what you currently do. And of course, if you also want to transition from what you do into a new area, that's also perfect, fine and good. And it's the way to go. We have somebody who she's about 55 or thereabouts. You'd see her story in the testimonials we send to you. When you get the slides, you see her video. She's over 50. She's always been in the public sector, but then she wants to transition into data analytics, and she's currently taking our training program. Okay, so it all depends on what you want to achieve, your goals and objectives. That's what I think is the most important. There's a personal question or a direct message sent to me saying that from experience, once you don't practice, you easily forget what you learned. Now we know this. And again, like Adebimpe said, you're not learning from, from people that are theoretical. You're learning from players within the ecosystem. This is what we do on a day-to-day basis. We do this as professionals, and we offer recommendations, we offer insights to the biggest and the best organizations across the globe. Now, what have we seen and what have we put in place to ensure that even if data analytics is not what you do on a day-to-day basis, you are able to build the skills in that area, hone your skills, and you don't forget all the things you've learned. And that's where the virtual internship comes into play. So at the end of your training program, you join the virtual internship for 1 month. You work on projects, you build your portfolio, you have projects that will keep you busy for an entire 1 month. You work on 6 projects altogether. Now, while you are undergoing the growth internship, we'll also show you different resources where you can get data from. Data is actually available across different topics. It all depends on what exactly you want to analyze. You want to analyze data related to economic related data, data related to diseases, related to war, related to the health sector. What exactly do you want to analyze? We'll show you where you can get the data, and you can keep on building your portfolio on different projects across different ecosystems. So at the end of the day, what happens? You get into an interview, you're asked the question, what have you done before? Where are your dashboards? You have a dashboard on transportation, you have a dashboard on population growth, you have a dashboard on COVID, different areas in the health sector, because you know where to get the data from, and you've gotten the data and you built a dashboard. Today, we built a dashboard on showing the Bitcoin price for the past 5 years. Okay, you can also talk about that. I've been able to forecast the Bitcoin price, getting data from Yahoo Finance for the past 5 years. I was able to show the opening and the closing price, all the things that Femena has explained to us today. And that's how you hone your skills. That's how you keep on practicing. So there's nothing like what happens, why I can forget all the things I've learned. You can never forget as long as you keep on practicing and you know where to get your data from. Okay. So again, for those that have made payments, please ensure that you send a message to us. Just send a WhatsApp message with proof of payment, and then we'll send you a welcome kit. All right. I think we'll take more questions, and then within the next 10 minutes, we'll be wrapping up the session. So let's just take a few more questions and then we call it a day.
All right. Conqueror, let's go. Let's go, Conqueror. Conqueror, I can't hear you. I'm guessing your microphone or something, but I can't hear you. I know you're muted, but I can't hear you. So Oye, please, you can go ahead, please. Oye or Davidson.
Hi.
Yes, Oye.
Okay, so thank you so much for this content. I just want to say a few things here. So I think the amount of this program is actually fair for the value, because I do work in HR, and I do see posting of this, opportunities very well, data analysis, program analysis, and stuff like that. So I'm definitely happy to be here. I think the question I had, I probably just left my hand on. It's been answered already. It was just about the payment and how to make references to the payment when we make payment, who has paid what, how to trace our names to the account, details and information. But I think it's already been addressed. So thank you so much. And that's all I have for now.
All right. Thank you, Lord, for Oye. Thanks a lot. Please, when you make payment, please let's try send a message to the this WhatsApp number on the screen. All right. Ensure you send your message to the WhatsApp number provided. All right. Davidson, yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Hello, can you hear me?
Perfectly, yes.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to say I'm very, very grateful for this opportunity. A quick one. I'm actually with my brother and my sister. My sister just left. I think she got tired and she had to go and sleep. So
don't tell about the forecasting.
What I want to know is that we are looking at, because I'm actually live from Nigeria. We want to know if it's possible that we just make one payment. So that's just the question.
Yeah, sure. You can make payment for yourself. All right, that's fine. Absolutely fine. That's no problem at all. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, actually, we are making one payment, not the three of us. So why we are asking is that if probably one gets a job offer, can she or he I've had that's where my sister she was the one that was going to ask the question, but I think she had gone to sleep and she was very tired.
So even I think for that your question, yeah, I guess you can know the answer to yourself. All right, and that's absolutely not. It's only nice for us for you to pay one person and three people are getting the benefit of.
Yeah. So let me jump in, Efe. Sorry to butt in. For Davidson, let me help you. So that perhaps when your sister wakes up, you can have a conversation around what exactly you want to do with the training program. Now, there was a lady that joined the program about a month ago, if I'm correct, about a month ago or thereabouts. She paid for 6 people, 6 of our family members. 6. Now, why did she do that? She joined the live session just like you did, and she saw the value that they were going to get. And guess what? If she has an interview, for example, just like Olubaby mentioned, I spent 1.5 hours with Olubaby. We went through the possible questions. And even during the interview, he reached out to me. These are the questions that would likely come out. I told him what he should expect. And then I sent him some materials. And you heard him say it himself. You can search up Olubaby on LinkedIn or wherever. And if you're in Canada, for those in Canada, maybe sometime you can hook up and he can also give you, you have a conversation with him and so on and so forth. Now, if you have an interview, you have made payments, and your sister has an interview, what happens? Or you join the internship, you are getting all the value, and your sister needs to also get the value from that internship. Or you have your CV reviewed because you have made payments, but your sister doesn't have a CV reviewed, and so many other things like that. Okay, so it's all about the particular value that you can get from the program. Like I said, a lady paid for 6 people. 6 people, she made payments, and she didn't make part payments. She made full payment for 6 people to join the program. We are the same way you said wow was the same way we were shocked, when she made the payments eventually. So again, my suggestion or my advice to you would be that if it's something you think would add value to you, like we have shown you, and you really want to get into this, just go ahead and make the payment to join the program, and you can get all the possible values you get from the training program. Before we wrap up this session completely, I'll show you a glimpse of what our typical class looks like, what the platform looks like in terms of when you join the program, where do you have the recordings of the session? Because every session is recorded, and that's the amazing stuff about the virtual training. We have people in Nigeria, we have people in Canada, we have somebody in the UAE, we have somebody in Ghana, Mr. Victor. People joining from different regions, and the recordings are kept in a platform so that if you miss a class on Saturday, for example, because we know that some of you are busy professionals. So if you have to go to work on a Saturday, what happens? You have the recording in that platform. All you need to do, thank you very much, Ife. So you can click on the career skill, the Canada cohorts. If you click on classwork, all right? So
let me show them the people so they know that we're not doing it there.
Yeah, so like I mentioned, in the current cohort, we have 41 people. If you may not go ahead, please.
No, yeah, you can continue. You're fine.
Yeah, so we have 41 people, in the class at the moment. You can see the teachers. You can see my name, Adeza Suleiman. You can see Efemena, and those are the students. So you can see Adebimpe that came to talk to you. You can see Adebimpe's name. You can also see Vera. Vera also came along to, give her feedback, in the training program. If you move up a little bit, if you see Vera's name. Okay, so this is the class currently ongoing, all right? And we have 41 people. As usual, typical 20 people get the discount. The other 21 people would have to make the full payment for the program. So if you click on classwork, and scroll all the way to the bottom, okay? So you have your welcome kits. The welcome kit is uploaded in this platform. So you get the welcome kit that contains all the materials that you need, all right? And then we have a skill assessment session, which is more or less just to test your competence level in all the areas that, you have, in all the areas you learn, from problem solving to Excel to Power BI. How good are you? Okay, so you have the skill assessment session, and then we have problem solving. After every class, you get the login detail to the class, you get the class recording, you get the slides, and there is always an assignment. So after every class at the top, you see assignments. Okay, just like Adebimpe said, you will and you have to practice, you have to work on different projects, different assignments to be sure that you can actually solve the things you've learned in class. So the first assignment on defining a problem statement, another assignment to help Dell You all know Dell, right? So we had a project to help Dell sell more laptops. Okay, so this was a case study that we solved in class. And then we went to the first Microsoft Excel class. And then you have an assignment after that, the e-function assignment. You have the second, Excel class. And then you have assignments on data cleansing and so many other stuff. And if you go right to the top, right to the top, you'd see building your first Excel dashboard. Like Adebimpe mentioned, that's what they're currently doing. That's what we learned today in class. From 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., we had our Excel class today, and they're building their dashboards in Excel. So you never miss anything because all the recordings, all the data sets, all your slides are on this platform. So you have a live session where myself, Femena, and other top-notch professionals would put you through all the practical aspects. You have the opportunity to ask questions. And at the end of the day, that recording is made available to you on this platform. So if you missed out on a particular aspect, maybe because of bad network, or you had to go to the office, you really don't miss anything because you have all the materials available to you here. Okay, so this is the current cohort ongoing. We are starting the second cohort on the 8th of September. And this will be the last cohort for 2022. Okay. Efe.
Yeah, okay. So guys, it's time fast spent, all right? And you can see that it's a training program designed, structured to ensure that you get the best from it so that you can get a job as a data analyst anywhere you are. You're in Dubai, you're in France, you're in Germany, you're in Russia, you're in the UK. The training program is designed to help you get a job. Do you understand? So if you're looking at transitioning, you're looking at getting a better pay, you're looking at, how can I even become a data analyst? This is the best program for you. All right. And you can see we are helping these people are not just, these are people scattered across the world. And that's like one thing that I think is very critical for virtual training programs. You are learning with people that's, experienced people from across the world. You're not just learning for people just in Nigeria. Let me just show you some of the people that would be taking the session. So like myself, okay, my humble self, Ifemena, will be taking you, all right? Global systems analyst in the UK, all right? Adeza also, business analyst, data analyst, business performance at Hara Group, okay, over 7 years experience, will be taking you also. We also have Obi now as a data scientist in, Access Bank. And you can see 6 years plus work experience, all right? He has been instrumental in technical products support for flagship digital and retail products, generating billions of naira annually. So these are the kind of people that you are going to be learning with. These are the people you are going to be. Well, yeah, Bill, I say you want to give us food, you want to give us more jobs. Item 7. Okay. All right. So you have these people that will be working with you, experienced people, and this does not come easy. All right. We also have, Ibrahim Animalshan. He's also in the UK, also a machine learning engineer with Bryant Dental in the UK. All right. And you see, he completed a data science fellowship at Faculty AI, where he built a Bayesian toolbox to predict chances of survival in patients. He would also be working with professionals. This is currently Emmanuel Abegunde, also the head of human resources for Pedabo. Pedabo is one of the biggest, boutique firms, accounting boutique firms in Nigeria, even the world itself, one of the world recognized. So currently he heads the human resource department, and he's also one of our facilitators to help you, if you're an HR analyst, right? Case studies around HR analytics to help you own your skills in that particular area of HR, data analytics, and so on. So, he is very experienced. Do you understand? So we also have, Bola Adebayo, and this is one of the people I told you about. Bola Adedoyin, currently is country head of internal audit function for State Bank of India here in the UK. All these experienced people are the people you're going to be working with, and it doesn't come easy to even, for them to pick out time for them themselves to train you. Do you understand? You are learning from the best. You're not just learning from somebody that is in Okokomaiko. Do you understand? I'm not saying there's nobody in Okokomaiko that cannot do it, but it's just that you're learning industry best practice from people that are doing this on a daily basis. All right. So yeah, these are the kind of people you're going to be working with, and there are so much more. This is just a handful of them. We have experienced people across different platforms, across different industries that you're going to be learning from. So it is fully packed. It's just like I said, it's a 2 months training program, intensive, immersive training program to ensure that there is no how you want to do it. You can't forget. I won't lie to you. It's not just possible because assignment, projects, we ensure that you are always engaged. All right. We ensure you're always engaged, and it is experiential. You learn by doing. Nobody's going to do it for you. Do you understand? All right. I know time is why bank has closed. Sorry, bank has that would not be wire transfer and the bank isn't interacting. Okay, yes, we can't receive interact. That's a very big one. We can't actually receive interact. So you can send a message to us and we can work with you. Just ensure that you're on the WhatsApp group, or just save this number and send a message to this number on the so we can discuss better. So that's for the person that cannot use interact. Okay. I wasted my money by going to school in Nigeria. Honestly speaking, don't worry, you're fine. You're with analytics now. We would ensure the investment is good for you. Okay. All right. I know we still have quite a number of people that that have their answers, but we might not be able to.
I know Luapo is saying, please answer my question, but I know Luapo, I'm sorry, I've been scrolling up, I can't find the question. So if you can post your question now so that we can see it and then we'll take your question. So I think we'll take just 3 more questions and then we'll wrap up for the day. Okay, somebody's saying, please, I use a Mac. For those of you using a Mac, it's not a problem, like I said. Power BI can be installed on Mac. You just have to follow a different process to installing Power BI. And we already have the recording for you to install your Power BI on Mac. We'll send that recording to you. It's not a problem. As long as you got an email from us to join this session, or you are in a WhatsApp group and you got the link to join this session, you get the recording, you get the process to join, to recording, to installing Power BI on Mac. I beg your pardon. Okay, so I'm just trying to scroll to see the question.
Boss, yes, boss, go ahead, ask your question. Let me just quickly.
Okay, all right, boss. Okay.
Hello, good evening. Well done, Incubator. That was an amazing session. I totally enjoyed the class, and I definitely would like to sign up. I'm particularly interested in SQL. Okay, so that's basically why I signed up for this trading. And however, I'm in Nigeria, and I want to make an appeal. Okay, the price is fair. Okay, but I want to know if it's possible to lock down my slot to the 100K right now, and then over time, maybe before the session starts in October, then can I make it in 3 installments? That's the question I want to ask.
100,000 naira. All right, yeah, you can make payments. That's fine. That's no problem. That's no problem. Just ensure you send a message, all right, so we can keep track of that easily. Send a message to us and we can keep track of it.
Yeah, so it's also so boss, when you make the payments, okay, before the 8th of September, before the 8th of October, that's before the class actually starts. So you need to make the other payments for the first deposit. So if you're paying in Naira, for example, you need to pay 180,000, right, to get into the program. So you make 100 today, and before the 8th of October, you make the balance payment of 80,000. That's not a problem. You have, the access to do that. Like you said, to lock in the discounts, and then, you can take advantage of that before the class actually starts. So once you make payment, like I said, take a screenshot, send that to our WhatsApp message, and then we'll confirm your payments and send you the welcome kit. For those of you making payment to the US accounts, somebody reached out that it had challenges making payment. So that's not a problem as well. If at the end of the day, you still can't make payment today, we'll send you a link so that you can make payment with Paystack. Okay, so we'll send you that link and you can make your payments in dollars using a PayStack link. We'll send that across to you. Just ensure that the message you receive, the link you receive is from us. It's either from Adeza, from Efemena, or from Ibrahim, one of these three people. And of course, if you're in the WhatsApp group, you'd see the admin in that WhatsApp group and only send the message and respond to messages from admin in the WhatsApp group, okay? All right, so I think Conqueror and Moon. Okay, I think Habibat has responded to the message. After completing the class, you would get a job opportunity, right? What if you are a student? Let me say you are still in 200 level. Will they still give you a job? And how will you go about your education? Okay, that's an interesting question, Anolo. Now, what I'll say is this. For everybody that attends the training program, we are not promising you that we're going to give you a job because we are not the owners of those jobs. We don't create the jobs, okay? But what we'll do is, just like you heard what, Olugbemi came, in here to talk about, we're going to prepare you and ensure that you are positioned for opportunities within the space, okay? One of the things that has not been mentioned is also something we call the Tenalytics recruiting communications. So depending on your location, if you're in the UK, for example, or you're in Canada, we send you job vacancies based on your location so that we make it easier for you to apply, all right? So don't go to jobs.gc.ca, for example, to apply. We're going to go in there for you. We're going to get those vacancies for you and send them to you for you to apply. Okay, remote jobs, full-time roles, internships, and so on and so forth. We advise you to go ahead and apply. Once you get the opportunity to go into an interview, we'll sit down with you, prepare you for that interview, help you with your CV, help you with your LinkedIn profile to ensure that at the end of the day, you get a job eventually. So that's what we do, and that's what we're going to help you achieve as well. Okay, for Uthman, for example, who was a student that he came into the program, although Uthman had graduated, but you are doing your master's, for example. I don't know, I can't talk about a 200 level. We've not had that experience before. But for somebody doing the master's, we have so many people. You can work for 20 hours. You can get a job easily. And rather than doing the conventional healthcare jobs, the care assistants, which, we are not in any way, talking down on those jobs, but they could be very difficult for you to do, okay? You can get a job as a data analyst. You still do your 20 hours as a student, and then you work from home, or it's hybrid. You work some days from home, and some days you go to the office, you make a lot more money, and so on and so forth, all right? So I think that's how I'll answer that particular question.
Hello, sir.
Okay. Olatunde, you want to say something?
Okay.
Yes.
I think we need to, I think after this question, that'll be it for us today. I might just answer Conqueror after this, but that's all I'm going to take. This is past 2 already. So
Can I
sorry
go
about
ahead?
this. Yeah, please go ahead.
All right. My name is Olatunde. I'm actually a brother to Bemi. He's my younger brother, although he's a big boy. And I'm happy for him for where he is. He gave me the link to the Zoom meeting. Some questions I have. I have a background in Oracle database. I have SQL. I was the first person that launched into Oracle database, and he overtook me and stuff like that. So my expectations, they are actually 2. I want to do a master's. It's been quite a while I've been academia. I want to do master's in data science. And a woman asked the question as to how she was finding it difficult to get admission because of the lack of work experience. You understand? So I saw how you people were able to help her. I think I'm having a similar issue. And secondly, this one will come first before the first one, remote jobs. How you can position people to get remote jobs. Presently, I live here, I reside here in Libreville, Gabon. And I think it's better here to do remote jobs here online. So I want to know how the thing will go, how you will take me from the scratch, and how I can eventually realize my expectation. Thank you.
All right, quickly in like 2 minutes, I'm just going to show you. This is Upwork. You know, freelancing. This is basically for freelancers, data analysts, data scientists, any part you want to go with. So if you want to find work, just click on find work, and you see find work for your skills. Okay, find work for your skills. Now you see that there's quite a number. I'll just go straight to data analyst. Okay, data analyst. So let's look for data analyst. See data analyst here. You want to click on it. All right. So you see, obviously, it's not everything you'll be able to do. There's some of them that might be a bit advanced, but in the real sense, you would be able to go about it. So you can see this Shopify sales tracking. All right. And this is 2,500. Okay. Experience level. These are expert level. Okay. So you might actually need for me to get expert name. But in the real sense of it, you see data analysis, intermediate level. You can actually see this. This was posted 4 hours ago, $300. Okay, so there are quite a number of jobs role that come up here, all right, that you can actually, that you can actually opt for on a daily basis, all right. So these are all freelance opportunities whereby you can use your data analytics skills to get a job, okay, to get a freelance opportunity. So even if you're just looking at, I could just looking at even just see data entry specialist, okay, all right. And you can see converting Word to PDF file, okay? You can see, sorry, I don't know where I clicked. All right, this is entry level, 30 hours per week. And document typing, this is basically just is a data entry roles, okay? And this is $1,500. You understand? So there are other data analytics, data science, you see data visualization, you can see data entry, you can see data extraction, you can see quite a number of data science, you can see data analytics freelancer. These are all opportunities that is, that you would also be open to, all right? And it's not, well, nothing comes easy, like I said. And there is somebody that was working with Abdul Razak, okay, and he actually got a job in the Netherlands. He's currently in Benue in Nigeria, all right, and currently works for a company in the Netherlands. It's not easy for you to get all these jobs because you obviously have to apply for quite a number of times before you get it. But yes, it is possible, but you just need to put in a bit of more work in order to get it. Majority of this freelance, even though it is remote, they write remote on it, they still want you to be in the country to get that remote job. It's very, I don't know why, sometimes it's crazy, honestly speaking. But in the US, it's actually very open. The US is a very large place where you can get a job, remote job, especially in the US. Very easy for you to do that. And we'll be working with you, all right, to see how we can work that out. But yeah, essentially, yeah, that's basically what we'll do about that. And regarding the training programs, SQL, yes, getting started. Just like I said, just for you to get started. Honestly speaking, there's nothing more I can say. I don't know. Is there a particular aspect of the question you want me to answer regarding the SQL?
As regards the masters, that would be.
Oh yeah. Okay, perfect. Yes, we are going to do that for you 100%. We provide recommendation and reference letter. We've done this not just for one person, but quite a number of Nigerians right now, and even Africans that are looking at moving to the UK or Canada, or any country of your choice, really. And they require you to have experience. Because if you've been in business and you want to come and do something in data science or data artificial intelligence and something, they need you to have experience. Even though you are working in it, you must have done some form of training, education. They don't expect someone that has no experience to come into it. So we provide that recommendation and reference letter to back up your application so you can get the admissions that you're looking for. PhD level, master's level, whatever you're looking for. So we will assist you to get that. All right?
Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay, so Conqueror, I know you've asked a question for a long time now, and so basically, yes, the discount cannot be, I don't know if once we eat 20 people, we can, I don't know if you're going to extend, I'm not 100% sure, but that just depends on the number of people, all right, but really, I don't think we're going to do that, we rarely do that, okay, so please, if you can make payments as soon as possible, All right, so you can take on that first 20 people, first 20 people, all right, to get started. All right, and this is going to be, we're starting on the 8th of October. So please try your best, guys, to make payments so we can start learning together. We can start working together, essentially. And this is the last one for the year, the last program for the year. So we want you to start next year, fire on, to become a data analyst, okay? This is the best time for you to get started. You want to start as a data analyst in 2023. To say that 2023, I want to start, I want to move on, I want to get a job by 2023. It's best time for you to start now, not January next year, okay? Thank you guys so much for staying on the call. I know it's very late, either in Nigeria, either in anywhere in Africa, even though you're in Dubai, so it's still very late. So really appreciate every single one of you that waits till the end. Okay, so the video recording, the recorded session is going to be sent out to all of you. Okay, so please, I want you guys to still go ahead to create a dashboard, see what you can actually do. All right, build it, post it on LinkedIn, and you'll see majority of the people posting stuff on LinkedIn. All right, you can see quite a number of people posting stuff on LinkedIn. These are all dashboard that people have built, participants just like yourself, that they've gone through the training program and they've built. Do you understand? So yeah, this is basically, I want you to build yours, post it on LinkedIn, okay? Tag myself, tag Adeza, tag Analytics, be proud of your achievement, the small things that you do, be proud of it. And basically you're asking for portfolios. You want the recruiter to go to your page and see that you've actually done things in analytics, all right? This is a free masterclass, absolutely free. So create your dashboard and let's be proud of you too, that, oh, you attended the masterclass and you built this dashboard. We want to be proud of your achievement. We want to celebrate with you. Okay, so post on LinkedIn. These are all people that have posted on LinkedIn, all right? So you can always go back, view what they've written and what they've done. So let me just say again, thank you for taking our time to attend our masterclass. I'm sure you learned 1 or 2 new things, all right? And I also learned from you guys, to be honest, all right? And thank you and have a good night. I don't know if I can see anybody, even in Canada. I would like to see some people's faces before I call it a day. So can I see your face? At least if you see my face, let me see your own face. Let me see the people that I'm
talking to. All right, Ife, Akin's asking to show the payment breakdown one more time. So you can go to the payment breakdown. God Reigns is saying that you promised to show the mass trick. The trick you did at the Timoxi Balabuta now.
I just wanted to show you the mass trick. So this is the price breakdown. So Canadian dollars is in 2 installments, 350 and 150. But you can pay once if you want to. That's not a problem. All right. You can pay in USD. You're paying 300 USD, then 100 USD. And if you're paying in Naira, you're paying 180,000. And you're paying 70,000. All right. Essentially, that's what we are. That's the payment breakdown. You can take a screenshot of the account details. All right. This is the Canadian account number, and this is the Nigerian account number. Then this is the USD. Okay, if you want to pay in dollars, this is the USD account. All right, guys. Thank you. I hope that's okay. All right, that's okay. So bye, guys. Thank you very much. Let me see you. Say bye-bye, and let's just say bye-bye to everybody. I want to just see your face briefly. Oh,
hi, Oye. I can see Oye.
Somebody, it's good to see you.
Fantastic. Good to see you.
I can see your teeth.
Sheriff, Aki, David.
Yeah, okay.
Anu.
Fantastic. Okay, Perry also. Perry, how you doing? Is it
okay,
Perry or Perry? Which one?
Jane. Hi, Jane. Hi, Jane.
Hello. Ugo, how are you too? Mansour, where are you from? Zachariah. How are you doing today? All right, Are, it's good to have you here. Conqueror, it's good to have you. Chukwemeka, Davidson. Davidson, it looks as if your picture looks like as if your camera is open. The same thing with Anu too. All right, guys, thank you very much. And I'll be looking forward to see every one of you in class. If I see all of you in class, I'll be the happiest person. And I'm sure you want me to be the happiest person So let me see all of you in class. Ugo, I want to see. Come and give me small air. My hair has finished on my head.
Thank you very much, guys. Please follow us on our socials, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram. Thank you very much. Thank you for spending your Saturday evening with us. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, guys. And cheers.
All right, guys. Cheers.